Go for it.
I think that's worked. Hello and welcome to the first Guardians Chit Chat, whatever we want to call it. We haven't really got a name for it at the moment. I would like to know everyone's kind of guesses, or well, not guesses, suggestions is probably the right word. And so this is kind of a discussion topic thing that me and Ali have spoken about for quite a while, and the main premise of it is our time top 5. So the idea is we have categories, and we spin a wheel of fortune, and eventually we have 5 minutes to come up with our top 5 list of that category. So, for instance, some examples we have are that have been given by the public and a few by myself, like factions to hard counter Rangers of Athelion, good monster heroes, points efficient steeds, underrepresented heroes, underrepresented armies, most annoying profiles. I'm going to add in army bonuses because I love army bonuses.
If you spin that now, they're going to call it effects.
Yeah, I know. Have you guys got any you want to add? Before we start,
top 5 strength 4 humans.
Strength
5
for humans. So
most situational special rules or spells, and why it's collapse rocks.
5 times collapse rocks.
Most situational spells, special rules / spells.
Mm-hmm.
Probably should a good time to introduce everyone for those who haven't met us all or heard us all before. Obviously, I'm Dewi. I run the channel. We have Alistair King of GBHL League Coordinator fame and man who's mad about elves. Then we've got Gethin Watkins, who was a major part of the tournament scene a few years ago, and obviously COVID hasn't helped, but was keen to get back involved. Keen to get back involved. And then we have CJ from down Kent.
Yeah.
Man who loves his goblins is probably the best way to put it.
Fair enough.
And knows lots about lots of different profiles. So I hope everyone can hear us all right, and we'll kind of carry on as we are. So how are we, gents, for a start?
All right. Yeah.
I've just realised I'm going to be at a massive disadvantage because half my books are in the garage. Well, this will be interesting.
It'll all be instinctive.
Yeah, exactly. from memory and possibly getting something wrong.
Don't worry, I'll probably still be quoting the last edition.
I'm not sure it counts as a valid sort of video or podcast if you don't get rules wrong for people to correct later.
It's true.
Yeah.
Next week we'll do corrections and omissions. It'll be about an hour and a half at the start of the program.
Yeah. So like I said, the intent of this is to do our kind of our time top 5, to which I need a timer, and then we will have 5 minutes to find our top 5 profiles, characters, whatever it may be, and write them down, and then argue our points as to why our top 5 is the best of the 4 of us. And then eventually, once this is finished, I will collate the top 5s into a Facebook poll, and when we come back in 2 weeks, we can have a revisit as first thing and see who is victorious out of the 4 of us. We are thinking this will evolve into some kind of fortnightly show with this as one of the segments. If you've got ideas for other segments, please let us know. That's you guys on the stream with me and anyone watching along, because we've got a few ideas, but I think it'd be quite funny to have a little kind of live show every 2 weeks with some kind of schedule to it or agenda, rather than people just babbling nonsense. So what have we been up to recently, gents?
I'm currently building a creepy crawlies thing, expansion from Moria, so we've got to get some spiders involved. In the vague hope that it's one day going to be easier to mush Drazag and Ashrak from Moria with the Dark Denizens, and we'll get some. So, been experimenting with some third-party bats and things, which I've never done before. There's 3 Reaver bats that are stapled together to form a bat swarm.
You actually use a stapler.
No, super glue. Stapler sounded more visceral.
I was genuinely hoping for a staple then.
There's some War Games Atlantic spiders. They come out really nice, but you've got to do every single bloody leg individually, so it's a pain in the arse. I bought some tweezers especially. Made a little mablung out of a spare raven and a cast arm and an old Aragorn. Yeah, just doing loads of little conversion bits. That's my hobby stuff.
Nice.
I've been up a mountain for like a week, so I haven't done any hobby.
My SPG hobby stuff hasn't really been doing much at the moment. I've been... Go on.
So you can tell what the reason you and me got picked for this podcast. Full of hobby goodness.
I've done like a bit of painting. Painted the... don't know if any of you remember the 30th anniversary White Dwarf model with Gromrail on the shield. It's
Oh
got,
yeah,
like, Go Trek and stuff. Yeah.
we're already descending into a non-SVG.
Yeah, it's just a general chit chat. You talk about what you wish.
Then yeah, I've got some. I don't even know what this is from. Some random, like samurai-esque model.
Nice. Where do you remember how you got it?
Nope. it was just on my paying job, so I was like, sure.
Yeah, fair enough.
But hopefully, because so obviously with COVID and everything, there's been no games and everything like that. But Thursday, there's a new club that's opened up near us in the Chester area, so a couple of us are going to go along to that and get some games. So hopefully that'll reignite some stuff.
Nice. Is that replaced your old? Because did you have a club beforehand? Because I know
We
you
had
had a
a
tournament.
club before, which is where we ran the Chester tournaments. However, they've decided that they wanted to double our rent and remove like our storage capacity, and we were only just able to get the rent. So
yeah, fair enough.
yeah,
fair enough.
I was actually in Chester on Sunday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went and ate at a vegan restaurant there. It was really nice.
Okay.
I didn't know it was vegan when I went in.
I was
Like,
going to say.
Like it was one where it was like, oh, there's chicken wraps and burgers and all that stuff, but I missed all of the quotation marks.
Yes, chicken.
It was really nice though. But
I
Chester's
know. Sam Page was here as well because he was at Hickory's, which isn't too far from me.
Nice.
Saw from his photos on Facebook.
Nice. Yeah, so I've done a bit of Kirathungal, a lot of 3D designing, with the help of Mr. Van Hecker, giving me some lovely files to just quickly make into designs. If you want to see any of them, I think the link to our Discord is down below, and they are on there. So yeah, and if anyone wants any custom stuff, hit me up. I know CJ's constantly like, oh, I want to see this, I want to see this, I want to see this. And I'm like, give me a moment.
Yeah, you've probably got to wait a long waiting list, haven't you?
I've got lots of ideas that people want, so yeah.
He specifically made me some Black Shield shields.
Yeah.
There you go. They look brilliant when they're actually attached to models. I'm currently doing loads of sculpting wolf cloaks, and that'll be their whole
not got
aesthetic.
to design the wolf cloaks.
No, well, fur I reckon would be quite difficult, wouldn't it? Because it's a texture.
Molded. To be fair, it's not too hard to green stuff, is it?
Yeah.
No.
Well, Green Stuff World do a cloak kind of. What is it? Is that it's like a plastic tile, isn't it? That you essentially push green stuff onto, and then when you peel it off,
right.
yeah, it's like
Extra tile or something.
Yeah.
Something
Also,
like that.
Is it true that GW aren't selling green stuff anymore?
Yeah,
I saw someone
and
talk about that.
and super glue.
I mean,
Really?
they were selling the super glue really.
There's
super
a public service announcement to all
But
9 people watching. It's like, you can't get it from GW anymore.
well, they haven't done
What's
it.
the justification?
Because
Yeah,
it's
'cause-
so much cheaper elsewhere. It's not a specific GW. It's not like a plastic cement that melts their specific plastic together, is it? For
That's true.
For green stuff and for super glue,
Yeah.
it's not a specific, because they haven't sold PVA for ages as well, have they?
PVA or water effect either.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, it's just they
It's
don't
just
produce
general
it
hobby
in-house,
supply.
and it's just extra hassle for them, and
Yeah.
they don't make much money off of it.
Yeah, I don't see why.
Fair enough.
I don't see why they would need to.
To be fair, the super glue was awful. The little one,
Yeah.
the tiny,
Oh.
their one with like
The
a brush
tiny-
and stuff
yeah.
wasn't terrible, but you just pulls and it just dries out. It's just like this is awful.
See, I don't use.
This is the best super glue I've ever used for anything.
Anything Gorilla Glue, it's not going to come apart.
Yeah, like I was worried it doesn't block up. Like
Is it
it's
not?
easy to control. No, like
See-
I've had two of them. I've actually used all of it, and it's not like it's dried. or
See,
A
anything.
little weird one.
I
Which
get.
is like you basically squeeze this and it comes out like a gel.
Yeah, I was going to say I use gel because I find it so much easier to control.
Mhm.
So much easier to control than normal super glue.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I
this
like
is
the
the
brush.
fixed stuff as opposed to
Oh,
the
okay.
runny.
I got this from Green Stuff World, and it's actually incredibly good.
Oh,
and
nice.
it comes with some tiny little pipette nozzles, so you can adjust it to whatever you need to fill into and not do too much at once. About a year ago, I was saying to my mate, "Oh, this bloody thing's not sticking together," just over Skype. And he said, "Right, I'm going to buy you some good glue for your birthday." So here is what he sent me in the post: industrial strength super glue. And in fairness, nothing will get.
Is that Everbuild?
Let's have a look. Yes,
Because
Stick
I've
to
got
Everbuild.
super glue debonder from, and it's all right. It kind of does the job.
Mhm.
So if this welds my digits together, I need to come visit you. You've got the antidote.
Yeah, I'll see you in like 4 hours. So,
Yeah.
shall we
So
crack
that's the
on?
super glue segment.
That's the super glue segment done, yeah.
It took 5 minutes for us to become corporate shills.
In fact, Gorilla want to like sponsor me and send me like a couple of bottles. I'll mention them every week.
Because they sponsor the GBHL, specifically Ali,
Yeah.
the GBHL committee.
And now
Oh.
Raid Shadow Legends. Sorry, Dewey's trying to get started.
No, I'm trying to find my...
I love how that has just become a running joke now for even
Yeah.
videos sponsored by them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm trying to get up the little wheel. Haha. Right.
You could literally say any topic and we'll take your word for it.
I am. If you are watching the live stream now, you will be able to see said wheel. It has 22 different categories.
Oof.
How did that many people actually suggest things?
There was a couple I split out. Oh, there's a couple I split out. Let's put it there. And the kind of a couple of I've added. So you can have a look at them there if you're watching the stream. And the good thing about this is I can save it and then come back to it next time, and just block out the ones we've used.
Well,
So
you've actually put strength 4 humans. Is there any strength 4 human that's not Helmingers?
Yeah,
You
African
didn't-
Guard.
you
Okay.
didn't specify warrior or hero, my friend. Unless you want to change it. Do you want to change it?
I don't know. I guess strength 4 humans. There could be
Warrior,
heroes as well as fun.
warrior humans. There we are. We've changed it.
But there's only 2.
No, there's more than 2. That's
This came up a few weeks
so.
back when people were annoyed that acolytes weren't strength 4.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you could say a piercing striking acolyte. You could say a piercing striking reaver.
Oh, things with piercing strike.
God.
So, okay.
Like that kind of thing. So
I mean, that means Helmingers are strength 5 then.
oh well, therefore not included in strength 4.
It's a fainting helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the way we thought about this is having the time limit and not having a preset top 5 is that people will forget things. People will forget profiles and
CJ one.
special rules and whatever that might have slipped their mind. So
I've also not read 2 of the books. So.
well, yeah, that is a point. So that was one of the reasons of doing a time limit. Is the fact that we can suddenly, it's like, right, it will be amusing because some people will forget things. So if we are all ready, shall we crack on?
Wow, it's got a serious face on now.
Serious face. And spin.
I like how we can't see the wheel at the
Can't see
moment,
it.
so it's just like,
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Is it actually strength 4?
It is strength 4 warrior humans. Did everyone hear that, by the way? Because that was really loud in my headphones.
I didn't hear anything.
Okay, cool. That's fine then.
Just
Okay.
your reaction.
That's fine.
mean,
then.
Jesus, there's only like 5, isn't there?
So we have 5 minutes on the clock now.
Technically infinite because you can give an axe to every human.
Well, there
For
we
a
are.
point.
There we are
weapon
then.
swap.
So yeah,
I already
we
know
have,
number 1, so
Strength 4 warrior humans.
yeah, and you've got
Very,
5
very
of them,
specific.
and you've got to put them in your ranked order. So
Alright. So how are you filling this dead radio time while we're all?
well, I'm hoping people in the chat might spit up some answers, and give us out if you want, talk through some of your selections and.
I just
wonder
thought
what
like
would be
watching
sneaky.
people stare at things like it was like peak of entertainment.
you need to get like a
No.
countdown clock. The issue is 5 minutes of countdown clock would be painful.
Yeah. So obviously with a bit more time, I will have obviously our faces and a clock running along the bottom. So I just didn't get time to make the kind of the scenes for Streamlabs. So we are a minute gone, by the way.
I was gonna say, is it really bad? I forgot what a human was.
That's pretty bad.
I was like, there's
God,
no
yeah, I'm
keyword
trying to
for
think.
human. Oh wait.
I'm trying to think.
It's man or
Yeah.
woman. So
I've got the top 2, just can't think
Oh
of the
yeah.
other 3.
Well, okay. Top 5 strength for men keyword.
Allowing piercing strike.
Allowing whatever you wish.
It's
Oh,
infantry
bollocks.
as well. Yeah.
So that's how you can get in. So yeah.
Does it have to be infantry?
It just has to
There's
be.
so much pressure.
Yeah, I know.
Warrior.
It just has to be a warrior.
Okay, that's an easy third.
Oh God. Yeah, I'm going blank.
I was
going
literally
blank.
doing the base strength 4 ones. And like, no, there are 5. Right, okay, rank them. Piercing strike and army bonuses actually, yeah, loads.
That's quite a few more, yeah.
Oh, I've got 3.
Is a Black Numenorian a man? It is, right?
Yeah.
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 In my head, I was just like, is this spirit? But no.
No.
Wait,
Definitely not
you're
playing
Black
Black Numenorian.
2 minute 45 left, and I've written 1.
Oh dear.
Oh God.
Lewis in the chat said, Alistair, I hope there is at least a shorter bearded human strength 4 in your top 5.
Wow. I mean, that's what I was originally looking at, going, oh yeah, like Kazakard, Vault Warden T.
Not a man.
Hmm.
Well, they're not men either. Jesus.
Kind of about 5th now.
Staring at the map of Middle Earth on my wall. All right, no.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, this is. Get in.
Just check his profile chat.
This
I
is
actually
your
did.
fault.
Oh God.
We know the number 1 answer, we don't really need the rest of the list. So it's fine. The rest is just fillers.
Right, I've got mine.
I think I'm my 5th, but I have no, like, I don't really know
I'm
enough
just
about
checking
them.
what the order is I'm going to do.
I can't work out a ranking system either. It's just
it's
here's
like-
5 stuff. Deal with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, people in the chat, let us know what your top 1 will be. Top 1 or 3. Top 1 to 3 in your chat.
Or just like some suggestions, like
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Just give us some hints. Right,
Yeah.
I probably should look at my cabinet. Have
or
I?
even just like throw some ideas to say why not this one type thing as well.
Yeah. Oh
I was
God.
just thinking to myself, does it count if you do bash, but then that doesn't increase your strength technically?
No, you have to be strength 4 to start off with.
Yeah.
Or strength 3 with piercing.
Oh,
wait,
we,
you're saying
we have
No,
less,
because you can't
less than
bash
a
and
minute.
pierce
Less
as
than a
well.
minute. Less than a minute.
And I got my 5.
I've got my 5 and the order.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably would be different actually if I had more time, but I've got justifications of why you guys are wrong at least.
because like some of us might have the same answer, just in a different rank.
Hmm.
I don't think you're going to have the same as a couple of them as me.
I know I've definitely forgotten some stuff.
Oh god, I just seen Louis' suggestions. I'm like, how the hell did I forget some of those existed?
Oh
I'm
shit!
not watching the feed, so
There's a delay on it from what we see.
Yeah.
So I like it. Oh, no.
So, oh god.
What the hell is that called? That's
And
Picture
that
them
is
on-
time.
okay.
That is time. So, oh god, that's nuts. 5 minutes is so much shorter than I thought it would be.
I think it makes it more exciting.
Oh, it makes it far more
Because
exciting.
we're definitely going to forget things.
Oh god, yeah, I
I feel
definitely
like
have.
with this one, there's less things, but
There is less
It
things.
almost
but,
made it harder though, because like
yeah,
top 5, they like legendary legions, you immediately have like 3 which would come to head. I think.
yeah.
I probably won't. I don't really look at the legendary.
Just say
legions.
ranges of affiliate like 5 times. Maybe fine.
Okay. I'm not sure about that one, Matt. Matt's put Hobbit Militia, Hobbit Archers, Hobbit Sheriffs. I don't think that
See,
they're men.
I considered them, and then because you can get the ones which are
What was the
two-handed.
question?
Yeah. There we are, Matt. What's the question? The question is not Hobbit.
Oh, is that my brother out of interest?
Yeah,
If there's someone
Oh,
else
yeah,
called
well-
Matt King, then yeah, maybe.
I'm assuming. Yeah, I was gonna say. the
I know
name.
there was another Matt King, I think, at his college, which they used to get
Oh, really?
confused.
Oh,
when he did
how
exams,
confusing.
apparently.
How confusing. So, let's dive straight in. Who wants to go first?
Are we starting 5 and going up to 1?
I think everyone argues their top 5 first, and people can just chime in and try and ask them why.
Oh, so we're not going 5, 5, 5, 5. We're going.
No, I think that would be quite confusing.
You can go first. Yeah.
I can go first. Okay then. So my number 1 is a charging Rohan Royal Guard on horse.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
I've got exactly
I
the
can-
same number 1, yeah.
I didn't even
Oh.
put Royal Guard. I put normal rider in my.
I haven't got a single Rohan model because I
Bro,
forgot.
that's the only one I have.
have.
So, and then my number 2 is an Abrakan Guard. There's no arguing against that. Excellent. Number 3 is a Mahad warrior with a blowpipe and a spear. Because they
Very
are
precise with the war gear.
they're so useful. So Matt, the question was
Oh.
top 5 strength 4 warrior humans,
And you could use piercing strike.
and
to
you
get
could
that.
you could
Yeah,
you
any
could, you could get
additions.
to strength 4 however you wished.
See, I had Mahud Raiders in at 3, so
Oh, why didn't I change it to that? Because I put a Rohan Royal Guard on a horse. Well, that's annoying. So yeah. Number 4 is a Corsair Reaver with piercing strike.
ooh.
I got a 4th
nice.
as that. Yeah.
And number 5 is an Easterling Acolyte with a piercing strike, just because they both have 2 attacks. Abrakan Guard has got Burley, so that's kind of why he's there. And yeah, the rest kind of. If the charging Rohan Royal Guard, I thought I'd leave him on a horse, and I wouldn't necessarily say near Theoden, but he's probably going to be near Theoden.
Yeah.
So or at least Helm Hammerhand. So yeah, so that's my top 5. It's charging Rohan Royal Guard on horse, Abrakan Guard, a Muhad warrior with blowpipe and spear, a Corsair Reaver with piercing striking, and an Easterling Acolyte piercing striking.
Okay. I'll carry on then. I had the same. You Royal Guard, get your fight 5 with the 2 attacks, possible banner. Good at mopping up stuff. My number 2 is a Lake Town Militia with the piercing strike. Because when you've got a 5 or a 6 point model that's already defense 4 or 5, and you can just go, right, everybody in this list can go up to strength 4 on demand. It is incredibly helpful. So then I had the Mahud Raiders, same as you. Number 4, I went for Rangers of Ithilien with axes.
Just because they're Rangers of Ithilien.
Because they're that good a legion, yeah. And actually, the ability to then dunk in some strength 4 on top of having removed all of your models before combat. Yeah. And then number 5, there's less what they do for themselves, but it's Numenor spears. because then you stick them behind a wall of D6 fight 5 high elves, and you stick Círdan behind. You got Elendil or bloody Ring Isildur running around being a bitch. Yeah, Numenor Spears. Strength 4 really, really complements the high elves in that alliance. That's my
They say
top
really
5.
nice things about them.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
See my 5. I'm just like, yeah, that's not.
Dude, I was gonna say, are you typing these in the chat so people have those
I'm
reference?
just doing that now. I thought about doing it and then was talking myself. So let me just do that quickly with blowpipe and spear, Corsair, Reaver, piercing striking.
Definitely want to change my number 5.
You can't now. How the hell do I spell that right? No, that's
Hello, Mr. Kalman, who's in chat.
Yeah, Mr. Kalman. I saw him. Did you see him without a beard the other day?
What? Oh, what you mean the one from years ago?
The one from years ago. How
It
very
was actually
strange.
the picture of Dale that weirded me out more. Really, I think every time I've seen Dale, he's weirded me out in some way or another.
I mean, I've known Kalman for ages, so. And Dale.
Lake Town Militia.
I'm sorry about that.
Dale's gonna hate this, but I remember Dale when Apocalypse came out for 40k and brought in a cardboard warlord. First time I'd ever saw him, and he made a cardboard warlord Titan. It was awful.
I made a stomper out of a popcorn bucket. Actually,
CJ, what was your number 4 quickly?
Rangers of Ithilien with piercing strike.
I considered doing a ranger with an axe, but I didn't.
Striking.
I don't know. I didn't.
And then Numenor. Are they called Numenor Warriors?
Warriors of Numenor.
Warriors of Numenor, I think.
Numenor Warrior. With Spear. Excellent.
Numenorian guy.
Numenorian chap. So, get in, because alleys will be left field like you wouldn't believe.
I don't know, it's massively left field.
It's you, it's bound to be.
So I feel like this is going to come as no surprise. It's my number 1 being a Helmingas with an axe.
I was going to say, I nearly started typing that anyway.
Why be strength 4 when you can be strength 5? And also be allied, was it the Green Alliance with Wood Elves? So I got fight 5 as well behind. Boom.
That's horrible.
Nice.
No, it's not as good as last edition because I don't get all the crazy nature's wraths and stuff, but you know.
Yeah.
Number 2 is I've gone with the Eastling Acolyte with an axe. Because so I remember when they first got revealed and everyone, like loads of people were like shitting on them. But then my instant comparison was Ferals in the last edition. Because they basically are Ferals.
Yeah.
Because they're 12 points with an axe. Pretty much the exact same stat line. I think they get the climbing for courage.
They
lose
fight
courage
for courage for plus.
And I think
2.
Ferals were 5, right? Courage 5.
I see what you mean,
Yeah, they're basically Ferals from last edition. Ferals were terrifying last edition.
Yeah.
So like
you still get courage 5 if you're broken though, because of the armor.
There you go.
Yeah.
I did.
And they get the crazy climbing and throwing daggers.
Yeah,
like,
I did
Ferals
see.
were throwing axe or dagger. What?
Who did I see? I saw Harry Parkhill comment on something saying that he ran them with Amda and 8 acolytes along with Kandon some cavalry, and just the ability to kind of nip around. He said
he was saying
really,
about obstacles
really
and stuff,
good.
right?
Yeah, really, really good.
Because you could get if someone's defending the wall, you just get someone on the side to just jump over and charge in the back and stuff.
Yeah.
They also ignore in the way, so you can just go up to the wall and shank them over that, can't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think that people were just hating on them because they were 11 points for defense 4, and they weren't
strength 3.
And strength 3, yeah.
I always thought they were fairly solid. Like, I mean, I wrote my blog article going, yeah, they're good. Like, they're not gonna like change the meta, but then they're also make the Eastern army more diverse.
I was going to say, I think there's something that you include a handful of them to flank or to go after.
I don't
think
agree
I
with
had
people
a
saying do an
third of
entire
them.
army. Like entire army just fails against a lot of comps.
Yeah.
I think the way that I vote is either a third of them I would have as acolytes, and then 2/3 as like warriors. CJ's already
yeah.
bored of me.
Yeah.
Getting the charger.
Get the charger. So carry on. Number 3,
Yeah.
Geffen.
Number 3 for me was a normal rider of Rohan. Once again, good strength 5 because he's got an axe. But the benefit he's got over the Royal Guard is he's got a bow.
Yeah.
So it's
You
not
just
just
thought of that
about
on the
charging.
spot.
No, I was thinking about that before. When I was trying, I was just like, oh yeah, this guy got a bow, can just run around and shoot
Yeah.
people. Number 4, same as you, the Reaver of the Axe.
Yeah.
I personally have never used them, but I know that they can go a bit crazy, especially with the new bosun rule. They can go
Yeah.
choppy. Well, I used them last edition, but not this edition at all.
I think you lawnmowered me at Ardacon with Reavers backed by Moran and Orcs with the Shadow Lord on Fellbeast.
No, I didn't quite have that list, but I had Reavers with Berserkers, and I did the
Reavers
really
and
dumb thing of I put Grima in your Goblin Mercenary Warband, so it couldn't. It's called couldn't outflank.
I remember that. You bastard.
Can you even do that anymore, or did they actually FAQ that?
Good question. Don't know. Don't remember that.
I haven't seen anything otherwise. No. I would assume you could still put Grima in. That is a horrible tactic, but one I absolutely love.
It was great, especially when James came over and was just like, "No, that's not how it works." Just like, why? He's part of the warband. He doesn't have the special rule. They can't flank. It's just the look of confusion on James's face was the best part.
Yeah, that's nasty, but I like it. I like it. And you're on number 5.
So my number 5, which is the one which is just a placeholder, Black Numenor with an axe, shrunk full with terror. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so you're going Black Numenors are good. Give them an axe.
Yeah.
Although I would say on those, like you do sacrifice a D6, which is half the benefit.
But
and you get strength 4 on the Numenorians anyway. But
yeah,
I won't criticize your list.
Still solid. So, and then God knows what you put in your list.
Right.
No dwarfs are allowed, Ali.
Yeah, no dwarfs.
So I couldn't have a dwarf, so I went for the nearest dwarf-like thing at number 1, which was an African guard.
Yep.
Makes sense.
They actually wear the things around their face and the head because they do have dwarfen beards, but they're not allowed to show them. Number 2, I went the Mohad Raider. Yeah, I decided not to go for multiple Mohad models, but Mohad Raiders are probably arguably the best cav in the game.
I think one of, and that's probably one that will get added to our list. I think I may have added it already, but have I added it? Warrior Cavalry, yeah. So yeah, it's one of the ones I think that's up there.
It's also one of the most overlooked because everyone looks at it and goes defense 5.
I think
3.
it's also just because they're so hard to get hold of.
Yeah,
I've got 2 of them on my shelf.
I chopped them up and stuck half a half troll on one of mine.
I did the exact same thing. Chris Murphy, I converted had an entire Muhud army with a bunch of raiders and did the half troll thing. Chris Murphy has the army now, so
there's also a very precious few third-party camels that you can find, and I have looked. So
yeah, just even like bog standard camels, they're either like baggage camels, which is everything attached and it's a nightmare, or
do they still sell them, or are they like one of those permanently out of stock ones?
They're currently out of stock.
Because I remember they were like £8.20 when I bought a bunch of them, which honestly it's not a terrible price.
I have 15. Mm-hmm. Oh no, sorry, that's a lie. I
think I had maybe 12 or something.
I think I have 11 because I've got 2 Tribes Masters, a King, and a Betrayer on a Camel.
Mm-hmm. So I always wanted to get a Far Harad chief or king, whatever it is, on the camel as a green ally for just Harad for a bit of fun.
I think you can still get the king.
Can you?
Give me 2 seconds. I am going to Games Workshop's website.
I can justify an entire army at one point.
Yeah, I've got like 1,500 points of Far Harad. So
you just had camels.
King.
No, you cannot get. I thought because you came back for a while. You can get
really?
War Mummock, the Mummock Mahud, and the Half Trolls. which is strange. So yeah, you can get those, but you can't get the king or the warriors or the raiders.
To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised if the half trolls are just backlogged from years. Because although they're like pretty good, hardly everyone. I think I've used them. I've seen Ali's use them. I've like pretty much never seen them at events really.
I've got 12.
Well, I let
I've
mine
got
out
12
to Matt Light to use, so they weren't sending them to Matt Light based on that.
Well, in my casual East Anglia Hobbit community circles, Jake Tyso uses them as a complement to Harads, like they're good little strength 5, fight 5 bouncers that go around and.
That's what I used to do.
They're mini heroes. They're great. They're really, really
They're
good.
better than a captain. Half the price. Yeah, you don't get them right.
And
I had to get a Taskmaster and Isengard back in the day.
Right, shall I get back onto my list?
Yeah, continue.
So
number 3.
That was number 2. Number 3, none of you mentioned a Howard warrior with axe.
Oh.
Yeah, in a gun line.
Yeah, and then also with the betrayer, because they all get poisoned hand weapons. Suddenly you've got cheap guys who die anyway for 6 points, I think. With the axe,
7 with an axe.
7 with
they're
the
6
axe.
base, aren't they?
Then strength 4 re-rolling to wound.
Nice.
Works quite well. My number 4, I went for the Corsair Reaver with axe as well. Similar reason as Dewi. Number 5, so CJ went for the Lake Town Militia. I went for the Lake Town Guard with an axe. But basically the same reason, but the reason why I picked the Guard instead is because with the Master they can go up to fight 4.
Oh.
So less likely to lose the fight and suffer the penalty for the low defense.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So on the list that I've written in the comments, I've not put kind of any of the background information. I've just put whether they're piercing striking or not to get them up to that one. So Gethin with your Helmingas, I've just put with axe. So that's kind of the list that I'll put out. Guys in the comments, or guys watching, comment whose list you think is best.
And whose is worst.
And who's okay then? And whose is worst?
I'm the only one with the Helmingas, so I'm pretty sure I win.
I genuinely forgot Helmingas was strength 4, despite that being the whole purpose of you suggesting the topic.
So here we are then. Out of the 4 of us, who do we think has the best list? Has the best top 5?
I wasn't paying attention. I'll flick back to the chat stream now.
I'm trying to think. God.
Can't be just me then. All 4 of us.
You could, but I'm sure we've all looked at others and gone, oh yeah, you could have had that. Oh yeah, you could have had that.
No.
I quite like Dewey's.
At least I can, I'm right.
I want to quickly ask, because when you've got the poison thing with Harad, and then we're all saying the Abrakan Guard is really good, how many of those do you actually need in a Harad army?
Abrakan Guard?
Yeah.
Depends on how you build the army.
Yeah. If you're taking the Betrayer, not many. If you're not taking the Betrayer, probably more. I think is the key way to look at it.
Just utilise the poison, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So, we've got some votes coming in. There's one for me and one for Gethin.
I feel like I'm never going to win this based on the fact I'm just going to go.
Just because it's you. So yeah, no. Going back to the Abrakan Guard.
Vote for CJ as well.
Yeah, vote for CJ as well.
Fair, I think I would go for CJ's, like, not including mine.
I like CJ's except for the Lake Town Militia.
I like the Lake Town Militia. I just think the Lake Town Guard are a better version, but I still agree because you still get
the militia just come with them inbuilt, so it's like even if you've got
that is true.
the bows or the spears or the front lines, so literally the worst militia models are the ones with swords, and annoyingly when you buy the box, that's what you get half of.
Calman, I didn't ask you for 2. Me or Ali, go on, make a decision. Think of the beards.
Hey, I've got to vote.
Think of the beards.
I remember with the Lake Town, because I tried to take that to Arlecon, but as CJ said, they don't come with them. And it was because I used to do Tau. I had a bunch of crew rifles, which have like spiky points on the end. So I tried to convert them all into picks. And then James was like, no, you can't have picks on them. I'm like, what? They just act like they piercing strike. They come with axes.
Exactly
what?
the same.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's so.
So yeah.
It-
So that's why I
Top
brought
5
the
weirdest
Berserkers.
EO rulings.
yeah.
Oh, I can. I'm sorry, Sam.
Going back to the African Guard thing, me and Ali have played quite a few 700 points.
Yeah, I don't want to
on
remember some of them.
TTS. With me playing Harad Farharad Alliance. So Suladan on horse, Betrayer on horse, and Muhud King with Camel, War Spear, Shield, and having hey, beards, Calman, beards. I am Ali. Definitely cannot grow a beard.
No, I can.
No,
It just
I can't.
looks really stupid.
Yeah.
So, and in that list, I think I had 3 African Guard, if I remember right, Ali. I think it was 3
Yeah.
and 3 Watchers.
I mean, I don't remember them doing much. The
No.
African Guard. I just
So-
remember being blow piped to death.
Yeah. So essentially, the list has 14 bows and 11 blowpipes. And some Serpent Guard, some African Guard, a couple of it's like 3 African Guard, 3 Watchers, about 5 or 6 Serpent Guard, I think, and then just guys with spears and bows or just bows, etc. And 11 guys with blowpipes and 2 or 3 raiders, with blowpipes again. And it's just, the African Guard aren't necessarily needed because the Betrayer with all the poison, especially as the Harad Warriors and the Serpent Guard get the poison weapons, not like on top of the poison bows, they're kind of not needed. Whereas I presume if you weren't going to take the Betrayer, front line of African Guard is pretty horrible.
Right.
Um,
So you allied with Mordor instead. You go Shadow Lord, Cheap Orc support, African Guard, and then
or even
suddenly
even Moranon supports, because
Yeah.
So yeah, like I think they're one of those profiles that all depends on what the rest of the army brings. So
Are Mahud blowpipes poisoned as well?
yeah,
Oh, that's grim.
yeah, it's really nice. And I had 40 odd models, 41, 42 maybe.
The funny thing is because he was playing my dwarfs of Iron Hills as well, so it's like 6s by 5s or 6s by 4s to wound. So
Still shooting
just the amount of dice that dude was having to re-roll and roll, it's just hilarious.
But it was also the fact that Dane was off his pig, lost might before combat. We played Destroy the Suppliers, wasn't it? 1?
I
think
don't
it was
know,
that
I didn't
one.
really make it to considering what the scenario was. Yeah.
So Ali's Dane was down a fate, at least 1 fate, and off his pig by the time combat. Well, by the time like second round of combat, because then I was just chucking 1 guy into him and still just shooting into that combat, because I'm probably going to kill the Harridan warrior that I'm throwing at him, and I'm also I'm stopping Dane. I'm probably going to wound Dane at some point. So
I'm not going to say this was the inspiration behind the "you don't need to mount your heroes" blog post that I did, but it certainly like put me in the mood of go.
it tipped me over the edge. But yeah, like I say, it's one of those, and I think there's quite a few of the options that we've chosen where you kind of like, do you take them because you want to take them, or do you take them because they're good, that kind of thing.
So the only piercing strike weapon swap one that I've ever done is the Harad Warriors, because it gives you strength 4 in that gun line list.
Can you give African Guard a 2-handed axe?
if you pay a point for it. If you
Okay.
pay a point, if you pay a
Who's
point for it.
benefiting with the strength 5? Like, as in, for the point.
Against dwarves primarily, I'd assume.
Dwarves, Gondor, Shield Wall.
But I mean, you're
Yeah.
still killing dwarves
Fountain
with
Claw.
5s anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, it's not a great investment. I was just curious if it was theoretically possible.
It's only a point, right? It's not the worst thing in the world if you've only got a couple of them in there
I think
with your betrayal list.
I think
I mean,
it depends on what points. I suppose you could then threaten heroes with them. That's the other option.
Yeah. I
Or you
mean,
just,
I just don't think
Charge
you
to a
should.
flank.
I will advocate anything that encourages you killing dwarves. But
Well, I've become proficient at it with all the games against Calman, so
put it this way, it'll make no difference against that Iron Hill Shield Wall, so there's no point really.
Yeah, there's that.
And then if you stick like serpent guards with spears behind them, they can feint as well. It's just But really, you're going to take bows, but it's just that is there as an option. I also like the watches, but I think it's the similar idea where if you got the betrayer, you can have some with the bows that hit on the threes,
Yeah.
whereas if you've not, then you go twin blade and just carve stuff.
Yeah, I think in my list I had twin blades rather than bows because there's only a few of them, and they were there for charging anything
scary things.
anything terror causing. Because me and Ali spoke about the list quite a lot and kind of figured out how we would possibly build it, and yeah, it's a good list, and it's one I'd be very tempted to play quite often at 700. It's that points limit where the list just kind of falls into place. You've still got 42 odd models with, if they're close, 25 shots with poison. So yeah, stuff will die, and stuff will die quick. But did everyone enjoy that? That's the main thing. And,
Yeah, it's good fun.
And do we want to go again?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Go for it. Another question.
I have 1 minute to grab some water.
Yeah,
What?
that's not a problem.
It's outrageous.
So I appreciate it's a live stream, so
That's not a problem. We
don't want to see your stream on live.
we will fill time. So we will.
That CJ guy's a knob, isn't he?
I was gonna say I'm gonna run the toilet. CJ's just going water, so it's the dynamic show for a bit.
Go again.
This way?
Well, we'll be back in a couple of minutes, guys.
Yeah.
Reload.
So we are back after a little break. And we will go into another top 5, as that was very, very amusing.
Best strength for Rohan.
No,
Warrior.
we're not doing best strength for Rohan. Even then, it's not helming us. It's still the Royal Guard.
Nah.
Best base
I think the
profile.
double
strength
points,
four.
right? Yeah.
So, does anyone want to add a quick topic? Can anyone
Into
think?
the wheel.
Yeah, into the wheel. Can anyone think of one off the top of their head?
All right, the second.
No.
Not sure what's on there, to be fair. So
Leave it in the comments below. Smash that like and subscribe. Look at our Patreon and
We
Send me free money.
definitely
For
don't
only the
have
price
a
of a
Patreon.
coffee, you can support me. So
Yeah, we definitely don't have a Patreon, and won't be
absolutely
doing Patreon.
nothing.
have you heard of Raid Shadow Legends?
go on and spin that wheel.
This stream is sponsored by Squarespace. No, it is not.
Yeah, that's the other one, isn't it?
Or is any new Kickstarter that's coming out?
The worst thing is because of where I work in marketing, I you go on some of these websites, and if I forget to turn off all the cookies and that, everything on YouTube is just like marketing, like schedule planner.
See, this
like
is why you have an ad
Wix.com.
blocker on Google Chrome, because I don't get any adverts on YouTube.
Yeah,
and
but I
it's
can't download that
amazing.
on my work laptop.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I can't go on YouTube on my work laptop. So I was going to say something, and I can't remember what I was going to say. Carry on.
As I say, I can go on YouTube, but I can't read the comments. It's really weird.
Oh, that's
No.
weird.
Yeah.
How strange.
I got
One
a laptop
advantage
and
of
installed
actually-
everything myself, so
Yeah.
One advantage of the job that I do is because it is marketing, I do still have access to like social media and Facebook and all that stuff. So because I may
cheeky.
need it.
Yeah. Discord?
No.
you also do you not have a phone?
Oh no, where I work there's no signal.
Oh, if you're actually in the office and stuff, okay.
Yeah, that's why if you're on the Guardian's Discord at the moment on Wednesdays and Fridays, when I'm actually in the office, I can't actually reply unless I'm randomly in the specific position.
Yeah.
One of my friends, like when they go into the office, they have to put their phone in a box.
I used to do
Like they're
that.
literally confiscated and stuff.
I used to do that for one
yeah.
of my placements.
because they do finance stuff. So
Yeah, mine wasn't because of finance stuff, but yeah,
Oh, fair.
that's pretty much, yeah. Let's move on. Simplest way. So yeah, if you want to get in on general chit chat, whether it be all the 20 memes CJ posts a day, any list advice, sharing some work in progress photos, finished terrain projects, game results, anything like that, join our Discord. It should be in the
it is, yeah.
it is in the description below. There's loads of stuff going on, and it is very, very active. Let's put it that way. It is super active. We chat all things Euros, if you're into that kind of thing. All the football, the rugby, anything like that. It was going off during the Six Nations, and I'm sure it will continue to go off in the Euros. It's where I realised Poland were doing not so well last night. Because someone posted it in the Discord. I was like, oh yeah, there's football on. Right.
I think France are 1-0 up at the moment. aren't
Oh, are they? We'll do it.
So,
they? I've already lost interest in our own
Everyone.
podcast.
all of our listeners are just flooded off now.
I can quickly confirm they are 1-0 up. Right, we will continue.
Yep.
So we are back to the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And the wheel.
of fortune.
And here we go. I think it's only me who can hear this, so I'm going to try and mute it, but I don't know if I can.
I really want you to get the physical one, just so we can actually one day.
But I wouldn't have a camera that zoomed in enough. That would be the issue.
Or we may just not do 22 topics and
Yeah.
still land on whatever stupid thing Declan decided.
Yeah. Right, let's just
get
make...
like a hat. Just draw out of a hat and hold it
Oh.
up to the camera.
Yeah. At least that one's not in there anymore. So we are spinning. Oh, it spins for quite a while. Here we go.
Magical wheel.
Ooh.
Cameron said it was an own goal, apparently, the France one, so he's keeping our listeners
Excellent.
up to date.
So our topic is top 5 factions to hard counter the Black Riders.
Ooh.
Oh, anything.
So can I have
Fat.
can I have some info on what the Black Riders Legion is?
It's between 1 and 9 ring wraiths on horse, 1 being the Witch King.
Okay.
They do not use will for combat. They can cast a channeled transfix without calling the channel at the start, so just any time in their movement. And they can each do it about once per game, so you can have between 1 and 9. What's the other bonus they get?
The debuff stack on the.
Yeah, so if they have 1 to 3 within, if a model has 1 to 3 Black Riders within 12 inches, it's -1. 4 to 6, it's -2, and if they're 7 to 9 within 12 inches of them, it becomes -3. That's pretty much it. They've got a special heroic combat if some guy's got the ring on, but that's it. So
Yeah, very situational.
we have 5 minutes on the clock, starting now. So, right, factions.
Are we counting Legendary Legions as a faction, or?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Seeing as the Riders is
Yeah, that's fine.
first half is an own goal, apparently. It's
Yeah.
impressive. See, my initial thought was hobbits, but then you said the stack and courage. I was like, maybe not then. Actually, what courage are hobbits with the +2 horn? Is it 5?
Go 5 and then down
yes.
to 2, yeah.
Down to
Yeah.
3 or 2, okay, yeah. So I guess it's not the worst shout in the game, comparatively. It's not great.
Yeah, we'll go pure factions and/or legendary legions. So we've got 4 minutes left.
Got 4 out of 5.
I'm trying to remember the name of the faction.
Trying to think now. Trying to think of just factions.
It's weird how I've only listed good factions so far.
Yeah, too.
I think the evil
Well,
just lacks with courage, right?
Yeah, there's not much courage, and they don't have bodyguard.
Yeah,
So,
that's the other thing, yeah.
Yeah. And if you have a shaman, they're probably gonna get sat.
The shaman's dead.
No.
They're probably gonna get sat willed or black darted.
Yeah.
So yeah, got 3 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of other good any factions.
Thing is, I genuinely believe anything with a reasonable amount of shooting just fine against them.
That's
Yeah.
Because they've got millions of might points to call marches with, and then just go 15 inches and jump between terrain pieces.
They
Or
can
they
march
can,
like crazy.
or they can pull models forward and then like, oh, you can't shoot us now because your mate's in the way.
Oh no, but I mean evil armies with shooting are fine.
Oh right, yeah. Just the Harad gun line.
And Dewi's list these up before.
Yeah.
Or the poison.
Yeah.
So why is the betrayer
Oh,
betraying
the
the Nazgul?
Yeah. You've got an imposter.
Sus. Right.
I've got 5, but I think I'm going to get rid of one of them. I'm trying to think what 4 though.
I just had a really evil thought. Right.
Wait.
Oh, I've got like in my head. I've got a kind of honourable mention,
Mm-hmm.
but I'll save that because I don't know if someone else has thought of it. Yeah, if
I've
anyone,
got a really
there's
weird one.
minute and a half left.
There's a chance
This is
it's
a
the
lot.
same one that CJ has.
This
but-
is a lot easy. This is a lot easier to think of one and not panic over time. Yeah,
I'm
guys
struggling
are
almost more though because it's harder to narrow it down.
Yeah, the order's difficult.
yeah.
What kind of order? I've got my 5. I think just because there's no least about that one, I put that as 5.
Out of pure principle, I'm getting rid of one of mine. You'll understand why, or at least Ali, I think, might.
Yeah.
I want to put mine as number 1, but I think I have to, just because don't like this army. But it's going number 1.
30 seconds. I've got one Legendary Legion in mind. Oh, because
I've only got one.
Because there's another one I'm not taking out of principle.
I think I'm doing the same.
3.
I had that one and took it out.
I've got one Legendary Legion in mind.
So we have 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish team.
Boom.
So let's go in reverse order this time.
So, Elsa.
So Alistair.
Where shall I start? Number 5 or number 1 on this?
Start on number 5.
Yeah. So number 5, I went Khazad-dûm.
Okay.
You've got Bodyguard, you've got the Shield Bearer for reroll courage test, and also more crucially, your defense 7, which means that you're basically not dying.
I've got them on my list as well. It's like the ring rates can charge into you. Sweet.
Yeah.
You also don't rely on your heroes to do killing generally in those lists. Rerolls 1, strength 4 is handy at killing defense 8.
Yeah.
The Vol won't have Bodyguard.
No, but
No, okay.
if you take, say, Jur in the Vault Wardens and then you have a Shield Bearer, you're Courage 5 rerolling anyway.
Well, Courage.
Well, as base Courage 5.
Base Courage. Okay, cool.
I guess you can just put the spear onto like a Khazad or something, or the Shield Bearer just
like you've got lots of options.
They're not
like,
going to kill the shield, so...
If I've taken... It's the only Dwarf list spoilers I've actually put on here, but I generally think any Dwarf list would be fine at taking
I
them
think
on, just because
I
defense
think
7 and reasonable enough courage.
Yeah.
But I decided they were probably the best. My number 4, I went minus Turf. Guard of the Fountain Court.
I did think of them.
Um,
The only thing I would say about Bodyguard lists is they could black dart the hero, and therefore
you just hide the hero at the other end of the board behind a bit of terrain.
There is that.
If you're
Lie
not
down behind the
smart,
wall.
then that's probably why you won't win. But and again they've got defense 7. They've got reasonable shooting if they want, like good numbers.
Yeah.
The only thing is the killing, I guess, to strength 3.
Yeah, the thing is, the issue with the Black
Just do the
Riders
objective,
is, when it comes to objectives, like they can be very difficult in most scenarios to beat, as in for them to win. Right, number 3, I went Riders of Fairdred. Whole army with throwing spheres and Sworn Protector on Fairdred, including Fairdred himself.
Fairdred's
Didn't know
Guard,
that was a thing, so that's a good
Yeah,
shout.
Fairdred's Guard, sorry. Fairdred's Guard, and then you just hide Fairdred at the back and just make sure he doesn't die.
Yep.
Even if he does, you don't necessarily have to charge. You can just throw all your spheres.
Yeah.
So that's number 3. Number 2, I went Umbar.
Ooh, Corsairs.
You get the riders charge you. You throw all your axes into the combats with the people in, and that's if they've managed to get to you anyway through your strength 4 shooting. Or you've got Reavers who can auto pass courage tests to charge in, and then they go 2 attacks with maybe that piercing strike +1 to wound and go crazy. Generally pretty good.
And your number 1?
My number 1, I don't actually know if I think it should be number 1, but it's Frangel Halls.
Okay.
Fight 5 elves. They've got the shooting to unhorse a couple of them. But the reason why I picked the Frangel Halls over the other ones is because they get the +1 to wound from Frangel, and Frangel himself doesn't need to be in combat, which means that they can actually kill the ring race in combat.
Nice.
But then Thranduil's like one of the only main elves that doesn't have any sort of inbuilt magic protection, and you will need him within 3 of the front line to get the kill bonus. So it could be tricky.
Yeah. I mean, they're elves, so if they die, they die.
You get White Council in Thranduil's? I'm not sure if that's Great Alliance.
Oh yeah, White Council would have been an interesting shout.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's in my honourable mentions. Or actually, what I've put is Lady of Light bracket.
That's what more I was thinking.
You know, I didn't even ever consider Lady of Light in any of this. Like,
No.
I thought about it, and I was just like, I don't think it's. I don't know if it's powerful
that's
enough.
one advantage of Minor Stuff, not that people often take him, but you've got Gandalf the White who can do his things.
Or
I want to put Lafleur in almost in now.
Or you go Minas Tirith with no big heroes.
Yeah, which is how I would do it.
100 models.
Yeah.
But then who would you be bodyguarded to in that situation?
Back at the board because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you take Denethor and Huron. You take Denethor and Huron, so they have to kill both. You take a couple of bolt throwers. You'd be like, right, come on then.
Glad you mentioned bolt throwers because I just put siege engine in massive caps locks.
So Gethin, you're 5.
Okay. So my number 5 is a mirror match.
Yeah, that'd be quite
nice.
funny.
Straight mirror match.
That is very, very clever. I did not even think of that.
Because you could even there's a lot of.
But you will always guarantee Black Riders would lose.
That is true.
You're correct.
Unless if they draw.
Yeah.
But
yeah, but as in a way to. If I know my opponent's playing them, it's just a list that could do it because it's a not table flip, a coin flip. It could be a table flip for my destroy the opponent. But just being able to do the coin flips of sap wills, and if maybe someone goes crazy and channels it and strange you like crazy, but
yeah,
it's all just down to dice there. I don't know how much. As long as you're both competent, there's not much tactics really involved in that fight.
I think you both gun for the leader and hope.
As I say, are you black darting each other or are you sap willing?
I feel like sap will, right?
Because sap wills what is it now if you channel it?
It's
not all of them.
6 now.
You can blank out their horses and then just go to the objectives.
Yeah. That old chestnut.
Yeah.
Oh, I just thought one which could be interesting actually. I haven't got this down, but Nazgul Dolodor.
So
it's my number 5, damn you.
That's my number 4.
I was just thinking, how could that work? That'd be interesting.
Right, your number 4, Gethin.
My number 4 is your Harad list that we were talking about before.
So just a Haradrim gun line.
Just the crazy poisonous, because as Ali was saying with his Corsairs, you don't care if you shoot into combat when they reach it. Just shoot down.
Howard would like my 6th choice, but to go in for exactly the same reason.
Yeah, so Sapwell is D3 or D6.
Nice. Michael Bradford's just said as well, D6. So, excellent.
So just complete coin flip matchup.
Yeah.
One that you'd never want to get in a tournament, but could be fun in the friendly match. Then my top 3 gets really boring. I've just lost them all because it's 3rd Army of Thror, 2nd Khazad-dûm, 1st Iron Hills.
So you went for all of the D7. Just because this is one of my things. Do you mean Iron Hills?
Yeah.
Well, we said
Erebor Reclaim.
We said only pure
whichever
factions.
one that Calman plays.
Calman plays.
Well, he does Erebor
plays a
Reclaimed
mix.
with Iron Hills allies usually.
And we said pure factions, so make a decision.
Pure faction. I guess it'd be Erebor then, because I don't really care about the blister nowadays.
Yeah, that is the stronger list.
Yeah.
And you still get the fearless from Dane.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, you do.
And then you get Dwalin, who's fearless as well, right?
Yeah, well...
Oh, they get Swarm Protected for it, don't they?
Yeah, the champions do.
Yeah.
Doesn't Dwalin have fearless base?
He does in his young profile. I'm assuming he still does in his old.
It's one of the books I don't have to hand.
I'll have a look while you continue.
So, CJ.
Yeah, I actually managed to come up with the top 10, but
Oh, jeez, nice.
Alright,
loads,
show off.
loads have been. So I'll just skip through the honourable mentions. I had Lady of Light, White Council, because they get the bonus defence in their army bonus. I have Rivendell, brackets Glorfindel, who will just mince through all of them,
Yeah.
impervious to everything.
Saying that, I have played Ring Race before with Glorfindel, and they've tried to
Mhm.
transfix me, and I've rolled 3 will and rolled all ones. So, yeah.
Can happen.
Just to clarify, Dwalin does have fearless.
Excellent.
And
Doesn't
Sworn
Dwalin-
Protector, so if they allied Floy into the Black Riders somehow, you won't lose it.
Always Black Dart Asphalloth as well. Then Glorfindel's significantly less useful.
Yeah.
I've got Thranduil's Halls, Iron Hills, Black Riders Mirror Match. 2 that I put which haven't got mentioned are Breaking of the Fellowship. Because
That's
they're
my
all
number 5.
Just gonna say,
Louis mentioned that
Louis
in the
put that in
chat.
the chat,
That's
actually.
my number 5, yeah.
I don't really know enough about that.
They've all got Fortify Spirit.
and the hobbits also have resistance to magic, so they're like 3 free dice to resist everything. So Frodo with the ring in that list is just annoying as hell. 'Cause
So
you
I
can't-
think my
gosh,
issue
yeah.
though with that is the Breaking the Fellowship's arguably worse than the Nazgul at winning objectives tonight.
Yes.
yeah, that's why it's
Yes,
not
there-
made
there-
the
there-
top
there is
5.
that.
Because you'll still lose the objectives. The other 2 I had were if you did Castellan of Dol Guldur spam, or Berserker spam, either Isengard or Gundabad, because they've got mobility and they don't die, and there's lots of them in 2 attacks. Now we'll get on to the actual one. So I had at number 5 the Nazgul of Dol Guldur, because it's an attrition game and the Black Riders will lose it. Number 4 is Assault on Helm's Deep, because ballistas and kaboom. So
They
soon,
can't really stop it, can they?
yeah, or you get the crossbow gun line, take them out before they even get there, and as soon as they're off their horse, all the killing power's gone. Number 3 was Corsairs. Agree with Ali. Get the crossbows, and then you get Fearless Reavers. Number 2 is Defenders of Helm's Deep, because you get enough for quite a lot of models in there. Theoden's a bit of a liability, but you got your Fight 5, you got your Royal Guards with the bodyguards.
You can also have bows that are 30
And you
inches.
got loads of bloody bows. Yeah, they will close you down really quickly with the 15-inch movement, but you will
You've
get
got
2
Pretty much
shots.
unlimited might as well.
Yeah.
Yep. So you can deal with that. Is a significant thing because you get a massive might disadvantage against Black Riders, and they kick around until the end because they don't die very easily. And then you get the breaking tests, but in Defenders you get to re-roll your broken tests.
Yeah.
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 And then number 1 was just Lothlorien. Just okay, we're all Fight 5, we're all resistant to magic. Come at me, bro.
That's fair. Without blades as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think I actually probably, on reflection, would swap to Lothlorien for my elf number 1.
Instead of
Yeah.
Thranduil. Yeah.
So I was going to say something then.
I need to
Defenders
get
of,
these new
Defenders of
books.
Helm's Deep as well. You will have Gamling, who'll probably get Black Darted, but you'll also have Aragon. And to be honest, a list with both of them in is absolutely horrific. I've played it and it's really, really good.
Thing is, Black Dart's not even guaranteed to do. You've got to cast it.
And
Casting
you've got,
value's normally a 5+.
yeah,
Then got to roll to wound, which is always going to be a 3+
yeah,
or worse. And then they've got normally you've got to do it at least 2 to 5 times or
Yeah.
6 times depending. on the hero.
Aragorn's got infinite heroic resolve as well if you wanted to.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like one of the few times you'd bother trying it, but
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I've seen Heroic Resolve used once in all of my games since the new edition, and that was Elessar against my Angmar.
Don't you just sit still
Jasmine.
with resolve?
Yep.
Yeah, but Jasmine was in a position where she was
She's
like,
got Legolas.
he's
as
not
well.
going to do anything, so I just resolved with him. So I was like, yeah, cool. That's fair enough.
yeah.
Actually, but you resolve and then you get Legolas to pick off all the horses. Then they can't run away.
Yeah.
You just march
Oh,
after
that
them.
was the other reason why I went Thranduil's Horse. Because you get
Legolas.
Legolas. I completely forgot that was actually the main reason I picked them over the other.
So Michael Bradford's saying the Wraith, Black Dart, Frodo, and neutralise the warriors. I'm not sure. Oh, as in Aragorn, Boromir, Gimli. Once you exhaust their natural will, you just wait until the slip up.
Screech.
And
What's the Screech?
the Screech is the
Auto channel transfix.
yeah.
Mm.
but they don't have
And they
to.
get the special
they don't
rule of doing a heroic combat because of Frodo as well, or something.
If
you
got
can
the
reach
ring on,
Frodo,
if he's got the ring on, I think as well. I think does he have to be wearing a ring? I'm not sure. Oh, I've got quest next to me. It's the one book of. Oh no, that's Best of the White Wolf. The other one.
As far as I can remember, it's just if there is a ring bearer within catching distance of a combat, you can do a free heroic combat.
Yeah.
Good luck getting through Boromir.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's Boromir of Gondor.
3 wounds, no
But
fate.
still,
Yeah.
the might.
If you've channeled transfixed him and then you just mow him over.
There you go.
But you do need to get that off through the fortified spirit. So.
I feel like, as you said, the resolve is you always do that, right? Just to not get transfixed. Because if you get transfixed, it means they can charge. If you stop them transfixing, they can't charge.
Well, resolve only gives you one additional dice, so it's not that helpful.
I mean, it's on top of all the fortifying stuff, though, right?
Yeah. So
you get hobbits with 4 free resist dice.
Jeez. So the free heroic combat, they do not have to be wearing the wrong one ring. They just have to be with it. Only one race can declare the free heroic combat per turn. If successful, he's got to charge them. The player who declared the free heroic combat automatically wins the roll off. But if they obviously do more than one, that one has to go first. So yeah, pretty handy. So my honourable mention that I thought CJ might mention, Moria with the Watcher.
Well, Watchers only got resistance to magic and 5 will. They will very quickly.
What about with the Balrog?
But you pop up and you suddenly are like whip. Cool. There's 2 or 3
only if you can keep them in place, because you pop up during the priority phase, and then there's all of the moving, all of the heroic combating, etc., etc. So you
get to choose when the watch comes.
I still think the Balrog feel it to goblins within 6 inches, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't think even they could black dart the Balrog to death.
No, but they can basically transfix him into irrelevancy for the whole game.
But he's got 10 will and magic resistance, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing with the channel transfix, you can still resist it. There's nothing against resisting it. It's just it's a.
Do any of the wraiths cast it on a 2?
Cast what on a 2?
Transfix.
No, they're just bog standard wraiths.
Yeah. I feel like just with the Balrog, all 9 of them just one dice it.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's the way to go for it. The thing is,
it's
more if you get the Balrog into position, you also need to move before the Balrog does.
Yeah.
But if you've got all these heroic channel chance fixed, then you can halve his fight value down to 5. Witch King runs up, strike, Morgul Blade.
Yeah, you do that twice.
Oh yeah, you do have the Morgul Blade. I forgot that.
Well, yeah, you do that once, and you've got. Well, he can't lose all of his wounds at once.
No, but if you take away 5, then he counts as broken, and so do all of your goblins immediately. So yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
This is assuming you're taking the Depths Legion, not the Moria. Yeah.
Yeah. So
it'll be a rough one, but yeah, the Balrog will give you a big courage bubble, and you can potentially use your goblins to sort them out.
Sort it out.
Yeah.
I just realised something. What about Smaug?
Well, he again is only one free dice per turn.
Yeah, I don't care about the resist. Like, if you get the priority, use Fire Breath.
What's the range on that? 18.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, you
18, and then you fly as well.
Yeah.
So I suppose go 6
How many might has he got?
3.
Yeah.
3,
so
6, 3, I think.
You basically start the game out of spell range, and then you just hope you win the moves. And how are they gonna kill him?
Yeah.
Channel transfix and then blade, I presume.
Because he's not fight 10, is he? He's fight 8?
8, yeah. So channel transfix will take him to 4, and then you just beat him on fight value. Yeah. And you've got 9 of those.
And you just hope that your
just got to try and wound
will and might last long enough before, so you can kill him before he kills you.
Yeah.
But once you're at 700 points, you can get like all 9 of them with lowish stat
really
lines.
Cheap stuff. So here's an interesting question for you. Played.
You can't one shot the Smaug, by the way, Mike. Only just half. Right?
Yeah.
Blades.
because
he's got over 10 wounds.
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, that'd be
grim.
Also, you kill the Witch King first, obviously, if you're smart.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So I was talking to Clubly about this the other day. Do you go 2 might or 2 fate? As because you're like for me, the first thing I would do was get as many races as I can with either 2 might 1 fate or 1 might 2 fate, and keep them at
2
7
might 1
will.
fate.
2 might 1 fate.
You just need it to kill more than anything.
So Clubly went with a 2 fate option. And only...
Yeah, that's the best evidence for why you don't.
And it was really interesting. And I said, because we were playing 600, we were Ardacon practice, and I said, why didn't you do half with 2 might and half with
2 fate?
2 fate, just for I think that would probably be the best combination, because then you can be a bit more gung-ho with the ones with 2 fate and the other ones that sit a bit further back. Mike Bradford, can the King of the Dead one-shot Smaug then? If he wounds with both rolls, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Is it half
It has to be both.
Current wounds or max wounds?
Max wounds.
Max, okay.
Because then you could never kill him if he was on 1 wound.
Yeah. Diminishing, yeah.
I mean, round up. There you go.
Where is the 10 wounds rule? In the rulebook somewhere.
Somewhere in the rulebook.
Yeah.
I think in their profiles as well, Smaug and the Balrog, they actually say, if you siege engine or Blade of the Dead, then it's
Mumux.
Mumux the same.
Except for Stampede. I mean, to kill the raids.
Oh, right.
Just kind of not Stampede.
No, I think it's over
6.
I think it's over 10 wounds because the King of the Dead can one-shot Mumux. But the Balrog specifically has something in his profile that says he cannot, because it's the flame thing, isn't it? I can't remember what the special rule is, but
is it siege targets?
I'm gonna just check Smaug's profile, because if it says it's Smaug's profile, he can't be. Then I guess it's profile specific.
Either way, I will crack on with my top 5 and we'll continue this. So my number 5, which has been highly debunked from Mike Bradford, is Breaking of the Fellowship. I just think there can be Legolas picks off their horses.
You were just trying to be a hipster, let's face it.
No, it wasn't. My number 4 is Dark Powers of Dog Order, like CJ. I think they can, just the race coming back. Some of them have got Elven Blades. They've got 2 attacks regardless. So
bonuses to a wound.
Yeah, you wouldn't take the Necromancer. You just take all the chaps, because I think that's just how it would be a better way of doing it. I'm just typing up my own answers here. My number 3 is Assault upon Helm's Deep. So yeah, you've got your ballistas, you've got your a shit ton of crossbows. I just think it could be really strong at picking them out, and then you maybe have a few berserkers as well, depending on how you built the list. My number 2 is Harad. So you poison gun line, and you just shoot them down. That simple. And then you've got some watchers in there if you really need to. My number 1, Ali, you'll like one of the reasonings behind this, is Lothlorien. Because they have resistance everywhere. They're fight 5. They've got Elven Blades. The heroes aren't on horses. They're just there. You've got Galadriel to Blinding Light, and kind of just give the auras. You can have Haldir, Rumil. They're decent.
Her mirror would be quite good as well, because a lot of their thing revolves around trying to nuke the leader with black darts, and you're sat there with re-rollable fate, and then the mirror says, have all those fate back.
Yeah.
The other thing is with Celeborn and Awe of Command, they will have to sap will him, or you can pretty much guarantee getting 3 turns of auto passing courage to charge.
Because what are the 3 spells Galadriel has? Blinding Light,
like Compel, and
Is it
Blessing of the Valar.
Oh, does she have that?
She can restore people's fate points or something, from what I remember.
So still, that's pretty good.
To the book.
So Smaug doesn't have anything against the Morgul Blade. So Morgul Blade would one shot unless there's an FAQ.
Cracking.
Which I believe them might. I'm pretty sure I could be thinking last edition again, but I'm pretty sure at least last edition you couldn't one shot Smaug.
You might be able to.
You might be able to now. So Smaug's off the list.
Michael Bradford
has Blessing of the Valar.
I think.
Remember, the Morgul Blade still actually got to.
You've still got a wound, which is 6.
And if you fail to wound, you lose it, right?
Yeah, with like one attack. Yeah, with like one attack. Yeah, you'd have to spam
2
all
attack
your
on 2 attack on the charge.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just a monster. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume you don't get crowned.
Gladriel's got Blinding Light, Blessing of the Valor, Immobilize, and Command.
Which does, you can give somebody 1 fate point or channel for D3.
Yeah.
The mirror's more efficient, but yeah.
Yeah.
Cost you 25 points.
Here's another one. Misty Mountains.
Yeah, I was going to say Radagast Alliance or whichever one. Like,
I think that could probably do quite well. They've got Resistant. They're Eagles.
Did they give us in Raddy's Alliance as well?
They get Resistance.
Radagast gives it to them, yeah.
Yeah, so it'd have to be Radagast.
Yeah, it'd have to be Radagast Alliance.
But
even then, they could try and channel transfix them, or just transfix them, but
you can't kill them.
They're not going to kill them in a turn.
And you're having only slightly less equals to wraiths, realistically.
Yeah, so you think at 600, Clubley had 7 wraiths because he wanted that -3.
And you'll have 4 or 5 eagles.
5 eagles.
Do you take Raddy for Panic Steeds? 1 dice Panic Steeds, and then they've got to waste their. It's like they just use their will against the eagles, which they're only just outnumbering, and then they've also got to use it to resist Raddy, who's just hit them. And then they need
maybe
to do
just keep the will to keep Raddy on, because Raddy's only got to do 1 charge, and then they can do a heroic combat and kill 2 easy.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, you could probably kill 2 or 3.
But I mean, because base contact wise, I don't think you'd have 2 of them stood next to each other.
Oh yeah, you want to space them out.
No, it depends.
Oh, but if you get an eagle and Raddy on, the only issue you'd have in that list is just charging the guys without Raddy could be sort of problematic.
They used to do it back.
He does have Aura of Command. No,
he's got Aura of Dismay.
Dismay.
Yeah.
Raddy can charge easy. Guahir's pretty good as well because he's Oh, did the Eagles go up to courage 6?
Yeah, I think so. So you're still passing half the time.
But you'll feel it when you don't.
But the thing is, you might not always be at that -3 because if you flank, you won't necessarily be in range of all 7 of them. You'd be in range of, say, 4 of them. So then it's -2.
They're going to want to space out because you don't want to get, like, as Ali was saying, like, Raddy charging 2 or Guahir charging 2, so they want to space out. So even if you only pass like 1 or 2 courage checks, you're not getting mobbed.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to group up.
So the issue will be the might discrepancy though, because you're coming in with 3 and they're coming in with 1,000,000. And it's quite, if they've only got 1 dice from resistant, then all you need to do is sort of 1 dice transfix and you'll get most of them doing nothing.
The Eagles only need 1 or 2 of them.
That's the thing, I think
the Eagles got the movement advantage, and as soon as like a combat happens, if an eagle can fight, it's probably going to be either a deep wraith at worst or a dead one.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. It's they're definitely up there. Have we thought
Mike's made 2 good points in the chat. So the first one is can't cast spells and elven cloaks. So the Fellowship have that going for them.
Yep.
Each tide, you can't cast them from afar. So Legolas is even better. And also Black Darts against Dog or Wraiths. If you kill them, it's 4+ to resurrect.
Oh yeah, because it's magic.
Oh, because magic.
Correct.
And especially if you're not taking the Necromancer.
Even if you do that, Dog or Wraiths, you use all your might to resurrect, and you get to redeploy 6 inches closer or whatever it is. And,
the thing is, the Dog or Wraiths, the Duggle Wraiths are on a timer because you only get like one or two resurrects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but if they're having to continually kill them through black, that's so than other
I
race.
guess, yeah.
The thing is, if you have dark powers, though, you can, well, like CJ said, you can put Castellans in. You suddenly go, cool.
yeah.
I'll take 4 or 5 Wraiths and 4 or 5 Castellans, and suddenly it's like, right, you've got guys who are constantly walking towards you, who you've got to deal with because they're gonna hurt when they hit. And then you've got the Wraiths who are like, oh, hello, I'm closer. Hello, I'm closer.
And then I guess that's like one situation where you take the teleporting ones.
Yeah.
Just because they both go off in different directions, then you just go.
I know. I think they're some of the ones that you take. Like, well, Lingering Shadows arguably the best one. I think.
Yeah.
King of Shadow. Yeah. I know Cal loves the Slayers.
Yeah. Anything that was with a bonus.
Isn't it all, any but Kamal at the moment?
Pretty much. I think.
Yeah, the Force two-handed really sunk him.
Yeah.
In this edition.
How do you think Grimbold feels?
At least Grimball's a Might Caddy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I just wish he actually had like Heroic Strike or something, and then it'd be quite an interesting.
The only time I've ever used strength is against an Iron Hills Chariot.
Like
Strength two-handed.
On a related note, then, who actually thinks the Black Riders will do well at tournaments?
Me and you have had this discussion, so I'll let the other chaps go first.
Yeah.
I think it's going to do as well as people. I know, like, so I've not been like super active on like GBHL because I haven't been doing too much hobby stuff. But I remember when they first came out and everyone was complaining about them, and I think every time there's been a
about
release,
them being good, or
yeah, being too good. I think every single time there's been a release and that's happened, me and Josh Devoy have sat down and been like, what are people talking about? Like what? Like, okay, sure, it's you can like target horse, like especially with targeting horses and not being able to use fate and stuff. Cool. Let's play hold ground. Let's play like pretty much any objective thing. Let's play seize the prize. You rolled a 1? Sweet. Let's go. Just like if you're Wraith with the prize just stuck there, your entire army stuck there. So I march and I'm on you. And
I think you're on about heirlooms actually on that one.
That one, yeah.
But yeah, seize the prize.
I mean, seize the prize still. You do the heroic and march.
Got to charge. Yeah, you've got to charge forward.
Like to the death, that's going to be a pain. Lord's Battle, potentially a pain. The
Contest chaps.
I don't even know if that's going to be a pain. Is it?
They'll just transfix.
You're going to struggle to kill anything, yeah.
They'll just the leader will have heroic transfixes done to him all day long.
I guess. So yeah,
if you're on a horse, the Witch King, the Witch King's not going to kill anything really either.
No.
True. Yeah.
But,
although you get loads of points for your leader killing their leader.
So you just bolt your leader away.
Yeah.
And then,
well, yeah.
I was thinking, put the Witch King, Morgul Blade. There you go.
Yeah.
Thing is, they don't have the models to break. I mean, they could possibly do it with compels and whichever one that makes you run in all different directions.
Instill Fear. That's a really good tool because it's a 4+ on the Witch King, and when you're all at -3, you just go whoop.
Yeah, I don't
think it's impossible. It's definitely.
I think before this Legion, Instill Fear was not worth it at all. This Legion,
incredibly situational.
It's good on Lady of Light in Good versus Evil.
Well, yeah, there is that. I completely forgot she had it, but yeah, I think it's one of those. There's a few rules that have come out, or spells, or whatever, and you suddenly go, yeah, maybe, and then a Legion comes out, and you're like, I see why that is. Gothmog's Hatred of Men one springs to mind. We're like, 3 inches, yeah, it's all right. When it becomes
that's actually amazing, even 3 inches.
Yeah, I know, but when it becomes 12 inches, you're like, oh god, okay, +1 to wound on all men within 12 inches.
It's like, Jay's been planning this.
Yeah.
That sneaky devil.
So, going back to how we think to do it in a tournament, me and Ali have had this discussion, and we think it's a 4-2 army, a bit like Rivendell Knights are nowadays. They will win some games.
For me.
Yeah, they will win some games, and they will lose some games. And I think if a competent player takes them, Ed Ball.
I was going to say, I feel like
Ed will love this.
Yeah,
I think Ed can probably podium with this army.
I don't. In all honesty, at GBHL 100, I don't think he could. not with the way the player pool depth, and just I think he's gonna, because this way he struggled at the moment, and this isn't him playability wise, to reliably podium with Rivendell Knights, which is better than
That's
this
fair, yeah.
army in my opinion. It's just they're going. It will be a horrible army to play against if someone plays it well, because that's the only way it can win.
It's going to be a noob stompy army in certain scenarios.
Yeah.
But then if someone who isn't very competent takes it, it's going to be a really poor army.
Yeah, I think someone who hasn't practiced with it, hasn't understood it, thinks, oh, it's a cool legion, it's got loads of cool rules, and hasn't really practiced it, or isn't
someone who goes for fun.
Yeah,
stuff.
you kind of go, I don't. They'll kind of go, oh, this is really shit now and whatnot, and you're like, well, no, you've got to play it in a certain way. I think you've just got to play it in a certain way, otherwise.
I know Josh DeVoe's looking forward to taking it because he used to run the Black Riders in the old edition.
Yeah, back when they were rubbish.
Yeah, so now that they've got all these buffs, he's loving it.
Now they're slightly better than rubbish.
Didn't they win? He won best army or best theme at Desolation of Stockport the year I went with his 9 Black Riders. It looked good on his little display board.
I remember Kieran Street taking it to the Planted Doubles.
He took it into the West as well.
Yeah, but
the
he
first
managed
ever tournament
to win his
game.
pool in the Planted Doubles, and then he got into the final where, not that the Planted's particularly filthy, but where there was actually good lists, and then he just got absolutely screwed. That's it, because he made sure to pick all 9 as well, so it wasn't even like particularly well statted.
Okay. No, I played Kieran at 4. My first ever tournament game at Into the West was with his Black Riders versus my fiefdoms, and he proceeded to. Imrahil was dead after like a turn, just channel black darts, and it's like cool. There's literally nothing I can do. But
a hard counter some things.
Oh yeah, and I think there'll be one of those There's one of those armies where certain scenarios they will walk, and certain scenarios they won't. Other ones I can think of like that. Angmar, Contest of Champions. I play Angmar a lot. I can't imagine. Well, playing against Angmar in a normal game isn't obviously the most fun, but Contest of Champions, especially with the way I build my list, it's kind of like, well, sorry, but not sorry.
Yeah.
I'm at a tournament.
You got like 2 Barrows, the Witch King, and then you got Burder to pummel the enemy hero.
At 600, I have that and it's a 36 to 38 models depending on what I give the Witch King. So yeah, at 600, it's a lot of models and it's grim.
Well, to pick up on your word fun, that's the main thing I've got with Black Riders. It's just I've played against it with Lake Town, which aren't the best because you're starting with Courage 3 and it drops to 0, but
drops to 1.
It was
you can't
boring.
Go to 0.
Well, now you tell me.
Yeah. We made sure we looked it up the other day.
I was gonna say wounds is the only thing that can drop to 0, right?
Attacks.
In that case, well,
can attacks go to 0?
Goblin pack.
How many attacks does a horse
you're
have?
crap courage anyway.
Go from 2 down
the
to 1.
Legion makes no difference.
Yeah.
I
was playing Angmar the other day, and 2 to 1. Cool.
And let's face it,
doesn't make much
they're going to
difference.
flub a roll against a goblin eventually.
Yeah.
So
I found strike for free.
Yeah.
I found I was getting
throw goblins for the king.
Nearly every turn
That would actually be really good.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Nearly every turn I was getting at least 1 orc into a ring wraith, into each ring wraith, and then you just spear support them straight away. So instantly it's 2 on 2 at best if they're charging. So yeah.
The thing is, you don't need to kill the wraiths either. You just need to.
Well, we were playing lords just by chance of rolling the scenario, and first thing I did, if you win a combat, you take the horses away, regardless of what scenario you're playing. You take the horses away because then if they win a heroic move and roll off, they can't really get away. And if they do, if some do run away, well, you're killing probably half their army. So therefore,
that's why I like everything with throwing weapons against them as well.
You don't have to charge.
Yeah, and then if you do charge, it's like a 1 in 6 chance of.
You charge that one guy in, then
yeah.
Crazy.
No, I think it's decent, but not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
The
reaction was
winning.
over the top.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was mainly. Was it Lockie in Australia? It was like, this is amazing.
I can't remember.
Um,
He did a live.
I think his
he did a,
excited Australianness rubbed off on a lot of people.
because he did a live stream of them versus Breaking of the Fellowship, if I remember correctly, and he had not really read the Breaking of the Fellowship's rules.
Yeah,
And
he
it-
got absolutely slapped, didn't he?
Yeah, he was playing both armies. If you didn't see it,
Oh, right.
and he was like, "Oh, this is gonna be
Himself.
amazing, really themey." I think the back rider's gonna walk this. And then he looked at the Breaking of the Fellowship rules. And he went, okay, they've all got Fortified Spirit. Excellent. The Hobbits are resistant to magic. Excellent.
Mhm.
You've got 4 fighters that you've got to get through.
Got Legolas.
Yeah, 4 fighters,
There's
including
horses going.
Legolas. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
interesting.
you just probably take out 3 horses before the lines meet, especially because they have to get within 6 inches to cast spells. Legolas is just going to destroy them.
Yeah, you find a terrain piece and you hide, and Legolas pops out, shoots, and goes back again. So
They are good at the late game, though. If you get broken, then all they need to do is stand there, and you just evaporate like farts in a jacuzzi. Meanwhile, the wraiths that are left can now go and stand on the objectives, and they win by that way. So if they manage to black dart you enough and kill enough on the charge because they've gone boo and scared your spears away, then yeah, you will just die by slow cuts.
Yeah. I love your analogies. They're just amazing.
Hate like a fart in a jacuzzi.
They've all been there.
I just noticed on the chat, Stuart Bland was on about how we got around to slating his choice of Lurtz's scout shirt.
So he is Blast Tundra from Discord. So he was the one asking about advice list. No, we have not. I thought your scout list was very good.
I don't think scouts are bad.
Lurtz is.
I do.
The thing.
I don't like the Legion, but as a force, Martin Seed in particular can use them to really good effect.
I think Lurtz's scouts are good, but you have to maximize the bows. You have to have your third bows. You don't. Well, Stuart's list was 500. Let me find it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll go through it quick. We'll do a list review. There we are.
Oh, yeah.
a new topic.
See,
a
go on.
new
I was
topic
actually
for the
considering, because I was looking at the comments and stuff of the people that suggested, and I know there was one which like top 5 lists take on Affiliate Rangers. My initial thought was Lurtz.
Scouts, yeah. Spam defense 5 and you move 14 a turn. And
Yeah,
then...
or even just like if you get like a Maelstrom deployment and you get second, Lurtz just appears with a squad of 15 lads and just and the rest of them, as you say, just drum across the battlefield.
Yeah. Right. I know what I can do.
Yeah.
If we hold fire
Like
for 2 seconds.
Lud's battle's still 24-inch deployment, right?
Yeah, so I was aware.
So yeah, I guess you split. The Rangers have to split the army to be able to survive against the Scouts. So they're just getting charged easy.
The list
You also
is
kill on 4s every time you win combat.
Yeah.
So and same 5 value as well.
I still think Gothmork's legions or Gothmork armies are better.
Yeah.
If you do the war drum, you can march, you get the hatred, you get D6.
So
that's one of the other topics. We can't ruin it now.
Yeah.
You get Gurits. Can you get Gurits in there?
Yeah.
Yep.
+1 for the Maelstroms.
Maelstrom.
Catapult. Just catapult.
Yeah. Catapult.
That will work. You just hide and blast them from distance. Although I would say Gurits isn't as good anymore, personally.
Yeah.
Why?
Because of
the pool scenarios with the match
so you
guys,
only get his bonus
I
on
haven't got that book either.
2 games potentially.
1, I think.
1.
Right,
One.
so
Don't you get it in Recon as well?
Oh yeah, you could get it in Recon.
So, yeah,
Calman, if you're listening, I'm stealing your books on Thursday.
You can also use Gurits for, there's a handful, I forget which ones they are, where it's like on a 4 to 6 you can deploy here, on a 1 to 3 you can deploy here.
Yes, correct.
But isn't it like the 1, 2, 3s at the back, so you always want to be at the front?
Yeah.
So you
So
just
it's
don't
kind
bother
of
rolling.
pointless for Mordor, generally. Unless
So
you've got
you-
the catapult.
2 editions ago, it used to be the other way around, didn't it? 1, 2, 3.
I
at the
think-
front,
I
4,
think-
5, 6 was anyway.
I think that would
And
be
other way,
better.
something.
I thought that would be better.
I think I guess it stopped the because this was the same edition where shooting was broken, but then 2 things changed. The shooting wasn't great as well.
So,
yeah.
so I've got Stuart's list from Discord up on the screen. We'll just go.
Start typing on the Discord so it keeps on moving around.
Oh, please don't do that. So we'll do a quick little list review. This is the first one we've done. So he's got 500 points. His main question is: shall I fit a drummer in or not? So he's got Lurtz, 10 warriors with shield, 4 warriors with scouts with bows. These are all marauders. 1 with banner. He's got Malher, 4 with shield, 3 with bow. Ugluk, 4 with shield, 3 with bow. So it's 500 points, 32 models, and 10 bows.
Shall we bring Gethin up to speed on what that legion does?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do. So I will pan back to us. So that legion, if you have Malher, they all get the move 8 for free, including Lurtz and Ugluk, and the drummer. Lurtz can throw his shield once per game, and it instantly knocks down an opponent.
No, you still got to roll to hit.
Oh yeah, you got to roll to hit,
Yeah.
but if it hits,
No,
it's
it's
an
wound
instant knockdown.
Yeah. On a man-sized model, you can't take cab out with it.
Oh, I was going to say, take that again, like Riders. Witch King, boom.
Just run up to a troll, just...
Smaug. To know your rules.
Yeah.
and the other one is the challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, so he can heroic challenge anyone of any tier.
And he doesn't have to
For
use
free.
a might point.
For free.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's decent. I think.
So yeah, my initial thing was drop Ugluk, but if it's the Legion, then yeah, I was thinking normalize and guard.
No, the Legion. So you have Lurtz, Malher, Ugluk, Drummer, Captain, and I think that's the only heroes you can take.
So the main thing to consider is you all move 8, but you don't have any spheres.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think any higher than 500, you want to try and probably get 2 banners in, but 500.
I still think you want 2 banners in at 500.
So you go down to like 28 models.
So too.
Yeah.
Or do you drop a hero?
Bring it back up again.
He's got 8 might at 500 points on 3 heroes. So either those heroes need to pull a lot of weight, which they're 2 attacks and 1 banner. Yeah.
Well, no, 2 of them are 3 attacks.
3 Malher and
Oh yeah,
Lurtz
I'm
are 3
thinking of
attacks.
Ugluk.
Yeah.
I think you can drop down to 28 models and you're fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you'll
Ooh.
die a lot, won't you? Defense 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So the way that I see it is you basically move forward really quickly, maximize your instant damage with your heroes, so burn their might to reduce the enemy model count, while then all your guys go around the flank and do their flanky stuff.
I was going to say, I feel like, although, yes, being defense 4 and 5 isn't the best for dying, I think if you don't have the second banner, you die faster than having the second banner.
Yeah.
So your model count will drop faster because you need the banners to be able to win the fights with no spears.
And having used like Khazad when without spheres a lot, your line is going to be so much longer, and you need the banner on either side really to support. Otherwise, one of them is just going to be so much weaker.
Yeah.
Because put it this way, 28 models, you're going to have at least 1.5 longer line than every single army. So you'll be easily outflanking. You've got guys to plug holes. You can shield with the guys in the front rank if you need to make up the dice holes, and then the banners just ensure like your survivability / killing where you need it.
Yeah.
Well, from where I play goblins, the issue you have is you've got more numbers, but they'll wedge in between terrain, so you can't take advantage of that. But Lurtz's scouts has got so much bow fire, and that's the alternative to your rush and smash is you just kite them for ages. You play the drum and move 5.5 and keep shooting them. But you can basically run away from goblins the entire game and never.
It's if you have the drum, because
You can still do that even if you don't have the drum, to be honest.
The 4-inch move.
So this is like Stuart's main question is, does he try and put a drum in? So it would take Lurtz's warband you see on the screen to 7 warriors with shield rather than 10.
I think for 500, especially if for 500 it's either 2 banners or banner drum. I think the 2 banners is better.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go for the drum. I think you've got movement advantage, and everyone's got march pretty much in that list anyway.
Yeah,
if you
they
do
all have
Yeah.
march.
Um,
So this is I've also played Ali quite a lot. I'll get our faces back up as we're chatting.
Well, I like talking about this. Get these games instead.
Yeah.
One more, please.
Yeah. So I played Uglet Scouts. So it's a little bit different. Having orcs and uruks, and I used the drum a lot. And looking back on our games now, I don't think the drum was really worth it.
It was relevant, I would say, in probably 2 out of 6.
Yeah. So definitely with Uglet Scouts, I don't think I'd include the drum anymore.
But is that because it only affects half your models, whereas in Lurks and Scouts it will be all of them?
Yeah, that's the main difference. That's the main difference.
The only I would put on our games is I was using dwarf, so you've got a natural massive move advantage on me anyway.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I feel like the drum will be more effective against certain lists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you can't go into combat with it, and it's you can't do it in a certain order. It's the drum is hit at the start of the move. Because I know in the old edition it was the drum was activated once the drummer started moving. So then you could flank, etc. So Stuart's asking, does he need to drop Uglet to get the second banner in? I think
that was going to be my
no.
suggestion. Yeah, you could drop Ugluck and have a drum and a banner and run it that way. But I
honestly think you want the heroes.
I do too. Because
actually, with the second strike is amazing. Is really handy, and you've got March on all of them anyway. So
actually, I was going to say his main thing is the head taker because you will break, but then you just go right. Quit 12-inch stand fast, including all your heroes. We're auto passing courage. Your opponent's not. So you can have Ugluck wander in, spend his strike might points early in the game, and then after he's done with that, just wander to the back.
Yeah.
Like, right, you might break because you're only D4-5, but you're going to stick around now.
I think the biggest thing that you need to worry about with this list is no spears. Like, you need to play this list well.
Yeah.
It's a lot harder than a standard list to play.
Yeah. And the head taker is a one that I used against Ali quite effectively in that one game.
Oh yeah, I think it's probably the most useful special rule or whatever one of your heroes had.
Yeah.
In terms of how often it came up.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you don't. I think the summation is you don't need the drum, but you do need another banner. So you'd go down to.
I think
29 models.
29, yeah.
29 is still going to be outnumbering most armies at 500. I think.
If you start jumping up the points, then if you start jumping up the points, I feel like the army gets worse naturally. But then you can start putting in a drum.
Yeah. To give an idea,
I think 550 you might include the drum. I just think at 5.
Yeah, because otherwise you need to open another warband basically.
Let's say I'd max out warband, see what it looks like, and then if you got the points, go for the drum.
And then I guess if your local meta is something where you do need to get on them, put in the drum.
You probably have 32 models-ish, 31 models at 550 with 2 banners and a drum. So it's not amazing numbers, but
I'm still not sure. Like, I love drums, but I'm still not sure actually whether it's essential in this list. Just because
I think if you hit 600, probably worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, like 600, you then I think other things are more priority.
Once again, I think it depends on what the people you're playing against. Like, if the person you're playing a lot is playing a ranged army, like Harad, you want to get them on them as fast as possible.
But then you just use your there's so much heroic march in the list. Yeah. If you need to do that, you've got it to do.
And I find, especially with Uglet Scouts, I've not played lots of Scouts, but Malher, you're either using him to heroic combat or you're heroic marching. There's nothing else you do. Unless you're in a tight spot and you need a heroic move, but even then, he's far more worthwhile using it for heroic combat because he's got 3 attacks and he's strength 5. So
yeah, his other one is strength. Helpfully,
yeah.
He's strength 5 with 3 attacks. What you need is more strength.
Yeah. Well, don't all of them have strength?
Yeah, they've all got strength 5.
Do they? Okay.
No, it's in heroic strength.
No, they don't.
Not sure.
I don't think Ugluck does.
I presume
Ugluck's got strike and march.
He's got strike and march. I don't know if he's got strength as well, but the books aren't in front of me. Probably should have checked that.
It doesn't make much difference.
No, it doesn't.
No.
It makes all the difference.
Lurtz has got quite a lot of heroics, including heroic actions.
Yeah.
Brasku's got accuracy.
Yeah, Brasky's not in the list. He's not in the not in the list.
Oh, just the specific ones. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Glug does have strength. More
Yeah.
strike and strength.
And
Put it
Lurtz
this way,
strength.
if I had models, I'd generally consider that taking that as a list to sort of at least an 80-point event, maybe not a 100-pointer until I had
Yeah.
confidence and with the 2 banners.
Quick question though: when you've got the banners in that list, do you give them a shield to try and make them more survivable, or do you give them a bow so they've got something to do?
If you're taking 2, one of each. That's a really cop-out answer, but probably because your bows your bows are going to not necessarily be up there. Here's a question: do you leave a hero with all your bows, or do you have them in the front line?
I have my bows
I wouldn't leave your
scattered
bows.
throughout.
I wouldn't leave your bows behind.
No.
Do you move and shoot every turn with them then?
I think you need them. You need them with them.
Yeah.
Especially Erica, even normalizing guard, you need your crossbows with your force.
Yeah, they're just as good in combat as everything else.
Yeah. Oh, gotcha.
That's why you give crossbows pikes as well.
Yeah, actually not very good anymore.
I will die on the hill. Yes, you do, CJ.
What, still with a -1?
Always. Because if they're just sitting there with crossbows and you hit combat, what's the point?
Well, you put the crossbows in the front rank.
But then you have no D6.
You got to die faster.
Who cares?
That's going to be Gethin's catchphrase. Just die faster.
But I always would give them pikes because it's better to have an attack of -1 than no attack at all.
Put it this way: it only makes a difference if you're fighting a strength 3 army. If you're fighting strength 4,
that's true. Yeah.
I think for all your chaps, you give them shields, and I think for your banners, I would. If I've got points left over, the first thing I do is whack a shield on them.
You don't get more shields. Don't get the bow shields.
Yeah, no, it's in your normal warriors. You all give. If they don't have a bow, you give them shields.
Okay.
In all honesty, if you've got a random spare 4 points and nothing to do with it, though, I would give
some
of the bowmen shields just because they can still shield.
Axes.
What about bashing? Because they're strength 4 and you can knock stuff off horses.
I do love a good bash.
Steady now. Steady now.
You just killed the horse. You're strength 4.
No, you bash. There's a really great article written by someone on the GVHL website which goes through all the special
plug.
No,
does bash guarantee prone?
Yes, and then
then yeah.
I thought you were going to say yes and
they
no.
still take a strength 3 hit.
Okay.
So I mean, if they're defense 6 on horse,
and it's
maybe
immediately,
not.
and it's immediately, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
whereas if you dehorse them, you still resolve before rolling the Throne Rider. Bash just goes boff. Now he's on the floor. Everybody get him.
Time to buy some more Rohan warriors.
It is better if you've got a spear support, because the spear support then still gets to double their strikes.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't get that in this list, but you could still have double up. It's also hilarious when you bash a hero like Shagrat or a charging bomber when you just get lucky and win combat, and then they're suddenly on their ass. And it really annoys your opponent.
With hammers.
It will happen more than you think as well. The Shagrat one was the most recent.
Yeah, he literally
my Grim Hammers
consistently bashed Shagrat.
Yeah,
every turn, even when he was on the
bash Boromir and Dane and King. Actually, Contest of Champions bash is hilariously good. Because you just knock their general on the floor while your slightly inferior general goes around and pokes people, and then when time is right, he then comes over and pokes their general on the floor.
Oh, I'm so glad I've never played you where you bashed, because it would be funny, but it'd be so infuriating. It'd be so infuriating.
I've been wanting to bash Sheilov just because, of where Dave Farmer was complaining it's stupid that you could
bash literally you can bash everything, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a dice
Except for things that go Smaug. Bash.
The funniest one I've heard of, it was the Seven Stones. The one year I went,
yes,
a Hobbit bashed Treebeard to the floor. So the Hobbit had to go two-handed, win the fight, roll a 6, and Treebeard had to roll a 1, and it was fair enough. So there's this plucky Hobbit that's just smacked him in the ankles and felled the great Treebeard.
Hobbits do the best things. It's like when Smaug started getting played and people just took Hobbits and stunned him.
Yeah.
It is harder to do that now, though.
You have to get a 6 on monsters for stun now. Is that
Yeah. Which is good.
Oh,
it used to be a
so you
4,
know, you
didn't
can't
it?
bash Smaug though.
It used to
because
be 4.
Smaug can't go prone.
Or Mummox.
Yeah.
Or
Just smash Mumak.
But actually, it
All
also
the
is
guys
so
fall off.
giving bash to all of your archers if you've got the points, because you can't shield anyway. It also gives them a way of not killing, which can be important.
Or give your axes to your archers because they're low defense anyway.
Yeah.
You get some strength 5 in there to deal with dwarves.
And honestly, you've already got 3 strength 5 heroes. In that situation, in the situation where you have some spare points and you're gonna do a weapon swap, I'd probably go for a bash.
Probably
instead.
go bash, yeah.
Well, it also gives your heroes the ability to then double strike a hero that's on the floor, or anything that's on the floor. So,
Mike's just asked, "What is that right hand?"
I have no idea.
Is it because I've been pointing lots with my hand? I'm not sure.
I honestly don't
Deleted
know.
his message?
And then he's returned to something else.
I think that was to do with like what you were saying with the Corsairs being able to charge in, just shoot into combat with scouts. You just charge into a hero with one guy and they just shoot with all your bows.
Yeah, that comment was about just shooting lots of heroes.
What's my right hand got to do with it?
I don't
I
know.
have no idea. Maybe you were doing something.
Mike, tell me.
So, how have we all enjoyed this evening? I'd like to know in the comments. Gents, have you enjoyed yourselves?
Oh, it's been awful.
Excellent. We'll have you back in 2 weeks' time.
I think if Matt was here instead of Ali, it'd been better. But I could take.
No, because then you have 2 people who don't know the rules.
That's been good.
It's a fun game.
Yeah, no, I like the top 5 timed.
The tongue twister.
Yeah, top 5 timed. I don't know.
I was gonna say with the name suggestion you put in the chat, I was just like, that's gonna be a tongue twister.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Alliteration.
I was thinking. I said to Dewi earlier, the 4 hobbits is like
chatting
or something like that.
Yeah.
May work.
But yeah, we need a name. We need a name for the show.
Mike's just said it's because I said I like a bash.
Because you like a bash.
Okay.
Yeah, we need a name for the show, and then I think we'll gradually add more segments. So definitely a list review one, because I think we've got 4 of us here who know lists quite well in army building.
I have to read.
And yeah, Geffin's got some homework to do. We'll do the top 5 timed. CJ, if you want to find some memes, feel free. Feel free.
Sure.
We'll have a little.
Safe for work.
I give you everything I harvest in the Discord.
You do. You do. Is this a replacement to the quiz? Pretty much. Yeah. So for those who aren't aware, I ran a quiz for nearly a year.
Must have been
over
a year.
lockdown. I think it was like a couple of weeks short of a year, maybe a month or 2. And it
felt like a year.
It was every 2 weeks, and for the first 7 months, I made a quiz every 2 weeks, and it was very amusing. And then post Christmas, I thought of not doing it, and then the guys who joined, there was about 12 of us regularly, 10, 12, depending on the week, wanted to write quizzes as well. So they proceeded to write quizzes, and I actually got to partake. I did well some weeks, and 1 week I nearly lost. Thank you, Dave.
You did lose, didn't you?
Nope. Dave Sweeting and Phil Beale with their excellent Your Round. It was Your Round.
Oh, yeah.
Where we were paired up and we had to... what do we have to do? We had to describe characters.
Yeah, so yeah, it was basically you had a list of characters, and like got put in pairs, and one had to try and describe it without using any of the words in the name. And basically, everyone did well, apart from Dave Sweeting with Phil, who Dave just
shafted.
Yeah, we never saw Phil after that.
I don't think so, no.
Because Phil was up for winning as well.
So
it was usually Phil or James Wilson, wasn't it, winning the quiz every week?
James Wilson's knowledge is just incredible. Just incredible. So yeah, I think
was it the 7 Stones certificate downstairs for winning the quiz purely because James was on the team.
Yeah, insane.
I do know now. Like next time we're like at a GT or whatever in Warhammer World, I'm just gonna like be casually saying, on his table and be like, we're just going to quiz team.
Basically, you try and sneak onto the Damien Adam Troke team, or just go James.
Nah, Damien Adam Troke team is just too cliche now. Like,
I think you literally just bribe James.
It's like, hey James, do you want a drink? oh, the quiz is starting. Oh, how convenient.
The last quiz, there was an East Anglia team, and it was basically James plus 3 guys watching, and we came half a point behind the winners, which was the Team Knots table with Braun and Paul. Yeah.
Oh god. Yeah.
Damn it.
I think we nearly won the one at Ardicon. It was basically Team Diva and James.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if there's any more segments that people want or have thought of that we can adapt, that's you guys as well.
We may actually talk about tournament news.
I think once
the
tournament starts, we'll start adding that. I've got a little game that I've made that's up there. Ooh, up there.
The ceiling?
No, it's on top of this.
Depending
bookcase.
on where the organisation of the boxes are, it could be like just point off at Geffen or something like that.
Yeah. Now I've made sure we're all in the right place. And it's essentially a little, what is it, like a, how would you describe it, Ali?
How would I describe it? What you'll get. It's like a skills challenge race thing.
Yeah, so essentially there's, let me get it down. That's a lot easier.
So while he's doing that, speaking of boxes, I like Ali's an advert for really useful boxes right behind him.
Oh god, I've literally been like, if you're on the Discord, like, or just generally chatting to me this last year since I've like
he's converted me. He has converted.
Yeah, like I've converted Dave Farm as well. Like I did it once. And was like, this is amazing. So storing models.
You know that thing you do.
Like as a just storage method, like I saw online people doing what they. I'll just show you.
putting
magnetized.
Yes.
Yeah. So like
do a magnet sheet. Yeah.
So you can get like one of these boxes. I think I got them roughly for £4 each. And then I got magnet sheets. I got self-adhesive ones, which are just A4 inside, because I decided to spend the extra £1 and not have to worry about glue. And then
self-adhesive is the way forward.
You get like 50 4mm, 5mm magnets, stick them to your bases, and then like that's a case. It fits like 70 to like 80 foot warriors, a bit less if it's cavalry. Stack really easily.
Yeah.
And it cost me probably about £12 to do.
Yeah,
compare that to any other storage device, and it's smaller. It's easier to see what's in the case, and like it's just getting out and stuff out of tournament.
And also taking it to tournament, you can just pop everything in one of those, and it's really good.
Yep.
I think mine's in the other room, but I had a bag which was like that. It was basically a bag that had them shelves in like a.
But those tend to be a lot more expensive, whereas that's
quite expensive, yeah.
£12.
You get
a
three of them for £12 from Ryman.
Yeah. Yeah, double depth one if you've got like bigger models. Although I find nearly all of my models do fit in these. So
my only issue would be the fact that because I don't drive, I have to go train. So because the case that I've got is like a shoulder bag.
Yeah.
It's easy to transport stuff like that. Whereas like with one of those, I'd have to like actually carry it, or I'd put it vertical, which obviously is magnetized, but.
In that case, you want one of these. This is a Belgian collection. Belgian collection biscuit tin. Basically, I can put anything in there. Just like, here's a fell beast, splat. It's really good metal. And I just stick that in my backpack. Yeah, all the way up.
Stu's right. It's the 4 litre and the 9 litre ones. So the 4 litre ones and the 9 litre ones, they have a slightly larger than A4 footprint, because if you put paper in it, then you can get your hand in and whatever. Alice, there you are. The guy is upside.
It's slightly less strong on the magnetic sheet, but if you do get like just a metal biscuit tin, that's a metal serpent guard as well. It's not like a plastic model. It's sort of. I wouldn't still go throwing it around.
I started doing it with my Rohan. I think one issue I found was I was either using like either the magnets or the glue wasn't very good. Like I think
Yeah,
I
no,
went
you
back
gotta
to a
make sure
tournament
you get-
and half the models, the magnets stuck on the tray.
Yeah. So,
Me and
the
Ali
Gorilla
have
Glue
got...
worked. Back to my other sponsor. That worked really well. Sure, it sticks to the base, and I think you want to make sure you get. It's either called motorway grade or highway grade metal magnetic sheets.
I think the best. I'll be sure to send
High
you a message
strength
on.
magnets.
There's quite a lot of chit chat on the Discord about it. In the hobby links, if you just search really useful or magnetic, there's stuff in there. So this is the little. I've got to tell the
How
camera
do people set up on those Amazon affiliates?
because we could be rolling in it. So let me tilt my camera down. So this is the board.
I was getting excited. There's going to be something else.
No. So this is the board, and I'll just kind of explain it. I won't kind of zoom in on it. So the idea is you start at one of the 6 locations along here. Roll a. So firstly, you pick a path you want to choose. So that's either attacking the blue or the red. Kind of dummies, if you will. Then you roll a d6 and you go on one of these, and then each one you go to, you've got to try and destroy to move on, or you could go right to the end and work your way backwards. And it's a kind of like who does it the most points efficient way, because obviously some heroes are going to do it really well, others won't. And we decided in the end, I've got it written down somewhere what these are. So they'll be like fight 1 or fight 2, 1 attack, then kind of like fight 3, 1 attack, then fight 4, 1 attack, and then fight 5, 2 attacks, that kind of thing. And they have a defense going up as well, I think. Is this a Ouija board? Not yet.
It's the SPG Ouija board.
Yeah. So that's kind of the idea of it. And obviously you've got different varying structures. So obviously like a 3+ to shoot past because it's a 50 defense, a 4+ because it's a
Acolytes would be great at this.
So yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of the idea of it. And then it goes into a table, and you have kind of like the number of turns it took you, kind of points per. It's kind of points per turn.
Yeah, wasn't it like points divided by turns or something?
Yeah,
like that?
something like that. And obviously you could have different. You'd have to have different categories of points, because obviously some heroes or you could have like 2 attack heroes, or so we found. Obviously all the heroes have to be on foot. So one of the good ones was ALB Young, was pretty good at it. Because every time you spend a point of might that turn, you might get it for free. He's got throwing spear, you can move on, etc. So that's kind of the idea behind it. So that's definitely something we could play. It doesn't take too long to rush to go through it, so everyone could have a hero a week, have a little running leaderboard, that kind of thing.
Sounds cool.
We could test our top 5 troop choices on the board.
So I will try and dig out what fight values and defenses I put for all of these, because it was like defense 3, like fight 2, defense 3, 1. I think they all had 1 attack, just so you had the chance of your strike doesn't do anything. Kind of, is it the SPG equivalent of a Top Gear? That kinda. I was thinking about making another one for like cavalry, so you have like little ditches to cross and barriers you've got to climb over and that kind of thing. Yes, we will have a leaderboard.
The top 5. Do the top 5 list, and then everyone's first place gets put in.
Yeah, that could work. For some things that could work. Or everyone could just think of or each week we go, right, you have 60 points to spend on a hero. Which hero are you going to pick? And we just have like kind of leaderboards like that. So that's the idea behind it. Ali, I know Louis Van Hecker and Pavel have kind of played along with this before. I've not brought this out in a while. So yeah, it's a good little something different, and something I don't think many people have seen. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what people think of it. So that's another segment that we could do. I'm thinking for these, if they run like 2.5 hours every 2 weeks, I think we can fit plenty of stuff in. Maybe some hobby motivation stuff.
We're meant to be motivating people in the hobby.
Well, no.
I feel like we're going to do the exact opposite.
Yeah, Hamish has just said like a hobby motivation thing, or we have like a hobby tip that we've learned.
Go hobby guys! Yeah, pain, roll die.
Support your Middle Earth hobby.
Yeah.
No, just support me on Patreon. My really useful boxes.
Yeah.
Take Gorilla Glue.
But like a hobby tip that kind of you've learned that you think might be useful either recently or previously, like Alien is really useful.
I was going to say with the boxes that
yeah.
Ali's doing,
So
yeah.
so it's something different that
I
people
mean, the
don't
clue was
generally
in the
see.
name all along.
Yeah, it is really useful, and it is a box conveniently.
If you want to do the what have you been up to the last 2 weeks in your hobby, that'll give me some accountability to actually do some bloody
God.
painting. Because
Same
the
here.
tournament, no tournaments, no nothing. So it's just been me here with green stuff and super glue, going, what eldritch Frankenstein monster can I make, and not actually doing anything productive.
I think my issue with that is I've only got like a ballista of Dwarf Kings and Kings of Men like left, and then it's just a ton of Harry Potter miniatures and Dark Soul miniatures. So
That's your hobby. Like
I was gonna say I'd be
mine's
bringing
3D
like,
design, so it
here's
doesn't have to
Voldemort.
be. Yeah, it doesn't have like when we go around the room at the start of each one. It doesn't have to be what kind of Middle Earth stuff you've been doing. Just what hobby have you been doing in general. So yeah,
Or not hobby.
or
Like,
not.
what
Yeah,
you've been
rest
doing,
all day
what you've been up to.
yeah. So Ali's been
Needs to just put in the
climbing
chat.
mountains.
They just rest all day. That's their hobby.
Yeah. So no, I think
My hobby seems to be winding up Dave Farmer by bashing Shag Rat recently. But
I mean, pretty good hobby.
CJ paint those Grimhammers. That's what Stuart said.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's what
actually,
Stuart
like, I need to like move on to my Grimhammer promotion, like in terms of a kit, don't I? Next week, 'cause, like, I'm using them to make everything.
said. Yeah.
Oh, that's one we could have. Top 5 kits, like plastic kits or top 5.
Yeah. Cool.
Resin
I
stuff.
will add now as we are
I
here.
don't think anyone's going to say something from the Lord of the Rings era.
I would.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
What did you
Plastic.
say?
GW
Is it going to be? To be
kits.
fair, it probably won't come up. But the Howard Warriors.
I think they're
They-
amazing.
Yeah.
I think they're really good.
I guess yeah, the sculpts and stuff. But I'm more just mean because like there's no like some of the more hobby or Hobbit sets you get customization, whereas the old ones is
Yeah,
just
which I hate. So.
piece. Oh, fair.
Put it this way, sticking on like the arms for the Grimhammers, like that's a bit
Mhm.
far to be
Oh
honest.
god,
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was building some Fire Slayers last year for Age of Sigmar, and I was like,
Mhm.
Jesus, there's like, I forgot how long it takes to build stuff. So I bought like the other models that I need for Fire Slayers pre-built off eBay, and I was just like, cool, I'll just use them with that weapon combination because I cannot be asked to do
Yeah.
this.
Could you do a top 5 How'd that even?
We've done
That'll be our anniversary edition. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then we'll do our top 5s eventually.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Top 5 alley innuendos.
in
Bashing, and then actually one you said earlier with Gothmog, where you're like, oh, 3 inches is still really
Yeah,
impressive.
I know. I could see me and CJ just being like, there you go. Like, 3 inches is good. 12.
Oh dear. Yeah, no. Someone says, "Are we best friends?" We've all met through the hobby.
No, I actually hate them all. Like,
Plain and simply.
this is community service.
Yeah. No, we've all met through the community. I've definitely played Ali and CJ. I don't think we played Gethin,
I think I've played CJ. I don't think I've played either you or Ali.
but we have been. Me and Gethin have been part of Team Wales, the UTC.
And Ali. And
And
Ali
Ali.
was the captain.
Yeah, well,
I've also played for Team England.
yeah. Oh.
But to give you an idea, I'm currently in Winchester, New Hampshire. Dewi's over in that place.
It
Begins
says
with a
it,
C, doesn't it?
it's the county is at the top of the stream, but yeah, you carry on.
Oh yeah, well, Wiltshire, but it's
yeah,
near Bath. I've got what the actual place is.
I'm in Chippenham, Wiltshire, so that's between Swindon and Bath for those who know the southwest.
Geffin's in Cheshire. CJ's in the middle of. Kent
I'm in
or something.
France, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're actually in France at the moment.
No.
I'm
Middle
at
of
the-
Kent, there's nobody here. I'm so lonely. Please
Is it,
come and play.
later this year because of the job I'm down in Cambridge. So
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So yeah, so
don't think there's any SPG players. So
Ben
there's people in
Can't-
Peterborough.
Ben Camford is
Norwich,
Cambridge.
Norwich
isn't
has got a lot.
That's miles away. I don't drive.
Fair enough.
Tabletop Simulator will be my friend.
Yeah, but yeah, no,
Same.
we've all met at tournaments and have chatted on the Discord quite a lot. If me and Ali don't talk in a week, it's very rare. To be
I
honest,
think we generally talk to each other more than our like other halves at the moment.
yeah. So yeah, I've got to know Ali very, very well. I am
Sorry about
located. Yeah. Yeah. No, so we all have met, have conversed, and me and Ali were talking about this stream when we were talking about people who we might get on, and we know CJ knows a lot about the rules and has played quite competitively.
And then we ran out of people and picked
I was
Geffen,
gonna say,
who was
yeah.
available.
And we asked Geffen, and he was more than happy to come on. And
My
play.
weird
We
choices.
decided it was actually a covert way of getting you back into like doing
Yeah.
tournaments in the hobby. It was just
Yeah.
like
Did Kalman talk to you?
No, he didn't
Calvin
need
Was
to.
didn't
Kalman
talk
like,
to
oh,
us.
I need people to play?
us dwarf players just like we're in sync.
So
But if you want to join in the chats, the Discord is great fun.
yeah, the Discord is definitely the way to go.
They occasionally appear
Yeah.
in the Discord.
Most Sunday evenings, there's a group of 4 or 5 of us who are on chatting on the voice chat on the voice channel to just get some hobby done. I'll be doing more streams on my own personal hobby, like the Karathungal project. I will continue doing that. And to be honest, if any of you guys or anyone else wants to come and join me one evening, just on a stream while we're both hobbying and chatting about whatever, that's more than welcome. So yeah, we're just going to chat about random bits and pieces. And what I like about the 4 of us is we've all got kind of similar views, but also have all got our niches.
Mm-hmm.
Helmingas and Moria and dwarves is what I'm thinking. The loose
Basically,
Welshman.
Wrong, slightly more wrong.
Yeah. So yeah, so
I still need to sort out this new edition.
Yeah,
I'm still not convinced.
So yeah, so the combination of experienced tournament goers along with different specific armies that we've played more often makes, I think, the 4 of us a really good combination for this kind of thing. Hamish, there are people who chat midweek, just literally post in the Discord, is anyone up for a chat in whatever evening?
It
I'm
sounds
sure
like he
someone
got
will-
attacked halfway through his second comment. Because we really need that to somehow be
It's Dave Reed. No, Gilroy's got him. But yeah,
future
so
of the hobby.
yeah, so yeah, if anyone watching this is in the Discord and wants to chat during the week while they're doing some hobby, literally just post in the general channel. Is anyone around to chat hobby tonight? Louis normally around, Pavel's around, I know CJ's around. Me and Ali quite often jump on in the evenings, and it's just us 2, and then someone else jumps in. If you see anyone in the voice channel, just jump on in and have a chit chat. It doesn't matter if you don't know them. A lot of the people quite a few of the people we chat to, we haven't met, and maybe 1 or 2 we probably won't ever meet because of where they're located. So Antoine over in the US. I know Louis is planning to come over to the UK at some point. And we've said we might go over.
Beer.
He is bringing beer. We've given it thoughts of. Me and Ali have given it thoughts about going over to Belgium, possibly to go play a tournament. So.
Oh, is that why we're going?
Tournament.
To be fair,
so, yeah.
tournament is a byword. Like,
Yeah.
especially not as much now, but back in the day, like
Yeah.
I'm going away to get pissed. But if I say tournament,
Yeah.
like other halves and things will be
God.
less suspicious.
Was it Steve Crow that used to say he went golfing?
Yeah.
And he used to.
He genuinely
used to
actually had
literally
golf
take
clubs in
Yeah,
his
he used to take
boot.
golf clubs the entire set just so that his
His other half.
missus didn't know.
He said it's because he got a free pass to go play golf, like as a premarital sort of like.
It's part of the
rule.
prenup.
But he didn't for like wargaming at the time, and
Yeah.
so he was just like, if I say golf, like there won't be any questions asked.
Now he's like going crazy with the tip.
Oh yeah, now he's like probably
He's
closer
doing really
to a
good.
professional SPG YouTuber.
Is he
Yeah.
the
Okay.
biggest SPG?
Lachlan.
Like,
I don't. I think
Zorp
he's
was
lost
Zorp.
Who?
weight.
Zorp was up. Lachlan Lenterkeen
Yeah.
makes like amazing custom terrain,
Right.
and
Is that the Australian guy?
yeah, is mad
Okay.
about Rohan.
I like how my just got completely.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said I think he's lost weight actually.
Oh, okay.
I appreciated the joke.
This is why
sorry.
I won't put you on TJ.
We need someone to appreciate Andy's jokes.
No, actually, I don't need anyone to appreciate them because I do it myself. But...
So
Yeah.
I think that runs us off quite nicely. For a first one, we still, like I said, we still need a name for the show, and we will be banging our heads against the tables to try and think of something. But I think 2.5 hours is about the right length for this. It definitely fits it and fills in a good space where I think people will be hobbying. And the more we do it, and we'll do it every 2 weeks. So the next one will be on the 29th of June at 8:30 as usual. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for
One last plug.
Yeah, one last plug for
sponsors,
Gorilla
Gorilla
Glue.
Glue, and really
Jesus.
useful boxes.
Great Shadow Legends.
Squarespace.
And please send me all your money on Patreon, or just direct bank transfer, PayPal, whatever.
Just give him an envelope at the next tournament.
Yeah. slip it in his back pocket. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for joining.